Well, good morning. Just a couple hours after a huge day in South Africa commemorating a moment that happened 70 years ago, 1956. I'd just like to say happy Women's Day to all the incredible women out there. We love you and we see you.
And we stand together today. Absolutely. We are continuing Women's Day. I know we commemorate, but yes, we find ways to celebrate the ground that has been made as well, with some very powerful conversations by women who are inspiring change in just about every corner of society at the moment, very much like that day where women from every corner of society stood side by side to make a point.
That's right. So we've got Razai from Elevate Experiences, who joins us to share how she's helping women build confidence, but also community. We're missing a bit of that, and some courage through movement.
Absolutely love it. Just connect with yourself first, and that often inspires the people around you. And then we're going to reflect on 70 years, incredibly, since the historic Women's March, with Women for Change, Marlies Jochlat, and activist Bella Monsoon, who we haven't seen on a big screen for a while now, but she's been doing amazing things on the little screens and really making impact. We're going to discuss how far we have actually come and what needs to shift.
Oh man, we love us some Bella, and we also love us some Sasha Lee Small, who returns again in the kitchen with another elevated everyday meal. And then finally, we celebrate the remarkable legacy of award-winning dancer, but also choreographer, Thandi Swartboy joins us. And we know that we definitely are going to be in good company. Therefore, we dressed up today for the occasion. Great.
I love it.
You look good.
Thank you very much. I'm feeling it. It was a day off, so I needed a little bit of extra energy to get me going here. I'm enjoying, kind of feels like the engine room of the year. I've got one of the biggest weeks, I think, ever of this year, or maybe of my life coming up this week. So I need to get into that mode. So thank you, Woolies. I really am feeling the
Give
vibe.
us a 360.
Just a little twirl.
I love it. I'm here for it.
We got to be pros some days, even if we are taking the day off. No, we never actually take the day off. We continue to live in service of each other. That's how it works in South Africa. So we've got to start by catching up with each other and getting into those news headlines.
3 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's delve into your national news headlines to kickstart this Monday, where a memorial monument honouring slain whistleblower Babita Deokaran has been unveiled at the Sri Mariamman Temple Heritage Site out in Mount Edgecombe. That was 5 years after her assassination. Deokaran, who exposed irregularities worth more than 850 million rand at Tembisa Hospital, was killed outside a Johannesburg home. Leaders gathered for the Women's Day ceremony. KwaZulu-Natal will introduce an annual Babita Deokaran Award, recognizing officials who demonstrate ethical leadership, while speakers stressed that her legacy must include whistleblower protection, but also accountability for corruption. In other news in our country, the ANC Caucus for Police Oversight and Community Safety in the Western Cape is calling for the appointment of a provincial head of intelligence after 3 mass shootings happened on the Cape Flats. Now, 11 people were killed in incidents in Langa, Gugulethu and Khayelitsha over the weekend. Caucus spokesperson Benson Ensu says police shortages, including vehicles and personnel, must be addressed. Now, he says underdevelopment in townships fuels violent crime, spreading beyond Cape Town to Stellenbosch's Kayamnandi, requiring policing and socio-economic intervention. Let's take a look at your international news making headlines now, where Nigeria's Kano state has hosted a mass wedding for 1,500 couples, helping low-income families overcome the financial pressures of marriage. Now, the 2-day event, funded through the state's social welfare program, brought together couples from all 44 local government areas. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf provided about $1.1 million for the initiative. Now, couples underwent medical screening before participating in Islamic ceremonies at Kano Central Mosque. Newlyweds will also receive furniture, food, household items, and financial assistance to support their new families. Now, in other news, Spain has introduced temporary border checks on visitors from Italy, escalating a diplomatic dispute over migration policies. The measures follow Italy's decision to impose similar restrictions on Spanish travelers after tens of thousands of migrants crossed from Morocco into Spain's Ceuta enclave. Now, Spain says its checks will remain for at least a month, while Italy's controls are expected to continue until the 15th of August. Now, both countries have defended their actions on national security grounds, despite Schengen rules favouring unrestricted movement within the bloc. And let's close off by heading to Hollywood now with Tallulah Willis, daughter of Bruce Willis and Demi Moore, who was married musician Justin Ace in an intimate ceremony held in Sun Valley in Idaho. Willis wore a custom Balenciaga gown designed by Pierpaolo Piccioli, which reportedly took 712 hours to create. Now, that included hand-applied embroidery and a 9-hour veil. Willis and Ace began dating in 2023 and became engaged on the Christmas Eve of 2024. Now, reflecting on the wedding, Willis said she and Ace had promised to choose each other each and every day. Her sisters, Rumor and Scout, joined her during the dress fitting while her family celebrated the couple's journey into marriage. A great way to close up your 6 o'clock news. Let's get into your sporting highlights first thing with Graham.
As we do, we start with the African connection. Not the best news, but let's broach it anyway. Let's start with WAFCON, and the Women's African Cup of Nations delivered some major quarter-final drama over the weekend with the Final Four now confirmed. So 9-time champions Nigeria, they suffered a shock 1-0 defeat at the hands of Cameroon. Then Malawi, they edged out Ghana 2-1, 2 massive upsets alone there. Then Algeria, they booked their place with a 2-1 win over Cote d'Ivoire. And then, of course, hosts Morocco, they continued their form. They ended South Africa's campaign with a 2-1 victory. Bittersweet, but the continental football looking very, very strong. Tough one for Banyana. I think a very difficult tournament from start to finish, really. Now, let's bring it back home for more quarterfinal action. Actually, the MTN 8 quarterfinals produced goals, drama, and one of the weekend's biggest surprises as well. So Sekokune United, they edged out Amazulu 4-3 in a 7-goal thriller. What a way to get the season started. Absolute cracker. While Golden Arrows, they stunned Kaizer Chiefs 1-0. And then Orlando Pirates, they needed extra time to beat Durban City 2-1. Maybe just a little bit of rust there. Then Mamelodi Sundowns, they survived a late scare as well to defeat Polokwane City 3-2 in another multi-goal thriller there. Thank you from the fans' perspectives. Now, speaking of which, the Currie Cup also delivered. The fans were treated to pure drama this weekend as well, with 4 high-octane round 4 encounters going down to the wire. So the Pumas, they edged out the Blue Bulls 33-31 in a nail-biter, while the Free State Cheetahs, they secured a 31-26 away victory against a very strong Stormers outfit. Then we had the Griquas outpowering the Lions 31-19. That one's for the books. And then the Sharks, their 15 held firm for a 19-12 win over the Boland Cavaliers. Great rugby throughout. And of course, we can get back onto 2 wheels to round off the tour. And Demi following, she crowned a dominant campaign by winning the Tour de France Femme and claiming her 2nd career yellow jersey. So starting that final stage in Nice with a lead of just 4 seconds, she had to fight for it. And the Dutch star won the decisive 99-kilometer stage to become the first rider to win the Tour de France Femme twice. So congratulations to her and her team. An incredible weekend of sport, and we'll continue to delve into it as we progress. But on the foot of even a shortened week, we still need to take the weather in. Let's get that. Well, wherever you find yourself, good morning. But we're going to start up in Polokwane with our weather this morning. You're going to spend your day under partly cloudy skies. And yes, there will be rain. You've got a 40% chance of rainfall today. Temperatures are ranging from a cold 7 degrees to warm up to 23 degrees as your high today because of that inclement weather. And we cast our gaze ahead. Unfortunately, it stays in that lane. 80% chance of rain tomorrow, and the temperature's very much affected. Klerksdorp, our next stop. Today you can expect rain forecast at 85% as well under very cloudy skies. Temperatures starting from a low of 4 degrees going up to only 12 as a result. Then tomorrow ushers in some cloudy conditions, your rain going down to 55%. Temperatures moving between 5 and 12 degrees as a result. Good morning, Pretoria. You've got a cloudy day lying ahead and your rain forecast at 75%. Yep, there's a lot going around this morning. Your temperature range between 7 and a moderate high of 18 degrees. And heading into the week, cloudy and wet conditions are going to persist with rain forecast at 90% tomorrow, in fact, and that eases to 25% by the midweek. Good morning, Josie. You've got rainy conditions as well, dominating your neck of the woods. 90% chance of rain today. As a result, your temperature range very chilly. Rather 2 degrees is where you kick off, going up to only 13 today. Tomorrow, even worse, a 6-degree high. Please brace for the rain as well. 80% chance there, and we're not going to make it past 6 degrees as our daytime high. And Bombella, good morning to you. You've got rain forecast at 40% today, and you move from a chilly 10 degrees to a high of 17. Heading into the new week, the next 2 days are going to bring some rainy conditions. Tuesday sitting at around 85% before we taper to 50 on Wednesday. Bloemfontein, you can expect partly cloudy skies above with winds at around 32 kilometers an hour for your Monday. Temperatures are climbing from a very cold 2 degrees to only 9 today. I think winter's having her last bite. Cloudy skies are then going to persist with conditions gradually clearing as the week progresses. Your temperatures moving in the mid-teen range. Richards Bay, you've got windy conditions forecast, in fact 43 kilometers an hour, and that's going to be feeding a system of rain as well. 95% chance of rain there, so brace for the day. Temperatures ranging between 14 and 18 as a result. Gets even more intense tomorrow as that rain sticks around, averaging around 73% over the next few days. Derbs, good morning to you. You are drifting between 12 and 16 degrees with a 95% chance of rain, and that wind kicking in 35 kilometers an hour. Tomorrow, you're staying in that zone, a 95% chance of rain and a very mild temperature range as well. Tata, your afternoon turns wet, a 60% chance of rain making landfall in your neck of the woods. We start on a nippy 5 degrees before rising to 11. And then the rain is going to keep that center stage spot with a 70% chance tomorrow. That does ease to a 35% chance by the midweek. And then the sunny skies return. As we move to Uba, a wet afternoon on the cards for you as well. The nation is crying today. Those southerly winds of 26 kilometers an hour coming to bear as well. As we move between a very crisp 3 degrees to only 11 today. Not much better tomorrow, albeit without any chance of rain, but we stay in the mid to higher teens as we progress. Kokompo City, you can expect a windy Monday and a lot of rain. 90% chance of rain today as we drift between a low of 9 and a daytime high of 14 degrees. And as the days progress, rain chance, it's around 90% today, but that eases to 70% tomorrow and continues to taper by the midweek. Good morning to you. Your skies are going to become cloudy as the day progresses. You've got a 75% chance of rain for your Monday, and temperatures starting at a chilly 8 degrees before climbing to only 14 today. Tomorrow, pretty chilly as well, as that 55% chance of rain keeps the temperatures locked in the upper teens. Gorgeous George, how are you feeling this morning? Well, once again, grey skies are going to define your day, and rain likely at 75% today. As a result, our cold 7-degree start moves up to only 11 degrees today, and then that temperature range very moderate for the rest of the week, starting to climb into the lower 20s by Friday. Cape Town, how is the mother city looking and feeling this morning? Well, we've got some morning rain happening right now, I think. Some strong southeasterly winds, 37 kilometers an hour. I had to stick my hand out the window to feel that. Expect temperatures to climb from a cold 9 degrees to only 15 degrees today, with that 20% chance of rain, and then a slightly more pleasant conditions kicking in, 23-degree high by Thursday. -1 degrees is where you start your day, Sutherland. I'm so sorry to report 6 degrees is your high. And we've got some strong winds coming to bear, sweeping through over the next couple of days, in fact, and the temperatures certainly reflecting that, barely breaking above the mid-teens. Kimberley, our next stop, and you've got a 60% chance of rain on the cards today. And again, strong winds, 37 kilometers an hour, just to spice it up. Temperatures moving from a low of 3 to only 11 today. And then partly cloudy and slightly humid conditions set to kick in for the coming days. Temperatures reaching 16 degrees tomorrow after kicking off at 5. Appies, our last stop. Good morning to you. You've got predominantly partly cloudy skies leading your day today. Temperatures ranging from a cold 4 degrees, sitting at a moderate 17, and then tomorrow things start to improve. Sunny skies taking over. Nice warm high of 21 degrees as we continue to climb through the mid-20s. So let's see, proof of life. We absolutely love to connect with you in the morning. Yes, to just proves that you are awake with us and you got that energy. But we love to see what you see. And this beautiful picture was sent in by Caden van der Berg from Boksburg. Let's go back to the east, baby. Gauteng is where we find ourselves. I love that. You can feel the Josie chill. The air in Gauteng, it bites at this time of the year and you can feel it. 15 degrees is where you'll max out today. Not the hottest day, but it looks like a beautiful day. Embrace it. If you think you can capture that morning energy better, prove it. 063-036-9649. Now we're going to have a lot to wrap our heads around over today, and rightly so. We are celebrating, we are commemorating, we are marking Women's Day here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, that's absolutely right, G. And what better way to do it than to pose a question out to you, Mzansi, and ask exactly, considering it was Women's Day yesterday and we're observing Women's Day today, what exactly is one thing that women should stop apologizing for? I mean, there are so many. I'm sure you could provide a list. For me personally, it's about taking up too much space. Please do. Be weird, be authoritative, be a boss lady, be everything that you were meant to be innately from the inside out, and do so unapologetically. We can't wait to see your comments. You can find us at Expresso Show. Otherwise, 0369649 is that WhatsApp line. Let us know. And if you feel super confident, send a voice note proudly with your chest 10 toes down.
Sure.
And tell us what we should never apologize for.
Never apologize for apologizing.
That's
okay?
right.
Don't apologize. I catch you apologizing for anything this morning. No, you have certainly embraced that side of life at the moment, unapologetically kicking down doors, smashing through ceilings. But the bottom line is we can't do this alone. As a woman in South Africa right now, there is a battle being waged, and it must feel like the world is set against you. So we're going to push back. We're going to find out where those communities are, and we're going to get into the numbers that are always a little bit terrifying to broach. How far have we come in the last stanza of South Africa's history? But most importantly, where are we going? And we'll broach that after this.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and thank you for joining us on this long weekend. I'm sure many of you are still chilling in bed, enjoying your lives, as you should.
Can we please ask for like 80% of the show to prove that you're still in bed right now? Like, that's perfectly fine. I like the notion of you just chilling, okay? You can sit up at a 45-degree angle and put another pillow there, and that's it. That's the most work you're doing today. Now, the bottom line is a lot of people are going to be getting down to work this weekend, but it felt like an insular weekend. Have you finished the baby bubble yet? Because you must be in that nesting phase, girl, where...
I didn't realize.
You're in the nest, putting in the last little twigs and
my
making
goodness.
your bubble.
Last twigs. The first twigs are being laid down.
Crazy, eh?
And I'm realizing the more I put in, the more that needs to be done. And so Saturday was full of that, Sunday was full of that, and there's still so much more to come. But in between all the madness, I did get asked to go and talk to the women at St. Pius Church out in, there's me and my mama, out in Plumstead. It was really lovely, just delivering like a 7-minute conversation, because they were all there for a good time, if we're being honest. And that's all the ladies in my family on my mom's side, my aunts, some of her colleagues as well. And it was just a really beautiful time, just gathering. The men were serving everybody.
I love
They
that.
came, would you like some tea? Would you like some coffee? And it was just really beautiful to see.
I'm so glad I've been really struggling with this notion of relevance. And I think that maybe it's being channeled through my mom. She surprised me with tickets to now go and see Andrew Buckland's new show next week, as mom
and we were
does.
just talking
I
about
know,
Andrew.
but because I was gushing over her to him and vice versa, and I think hopefully I'll get to introduce them to each other after the show. But as a mom always does, like she just slips it under. I just need you for 2 hours on Saturday. Can I steal you from the kids? From the, but she understands. So this weekend I had the most amazing time. My poor sister, was sick as a dog this weekend, so we were looking after. I was looking after my kids. Babysat her kid for the weekend, and it was just amazing, absolutely beautiful to watch my kids setting an example where I had nothing to do with it, and my little man just trying to be that.
The older
and he's
brother,
still only 9 years old, so it's difficult playing with little people and managing those things. But he's becoming a real gentleman, and I thought that's the kind of message you want to send to young girls.
Absolutely.
How important they are, that they deserve the time. But I got to watch young girls climbing, kicking, doing karate, doing all these amazing things. We went into and we did not hold back. And it was like we were playing with just a group of kids. There were no boys and girls and weak and strong and dominant. It was just amazing. Well done to my family for restoring my faith in humanity ahead of Women's Day. I love the fact that they've got such powerful, strong women in the family, but shame. The powerful, strong women in my family this weekend were broken down. So Mom, Jen, I hope you guys are surviving. It's tough out there for a single mom, yo.
Oh, man.
It is tough out there for a single mom.
So shout out to all of you that are doing it day in and day out, showing up for your family. We see you and we love you. And that's exactly why we're wishing you a happy Women's Day on this day of observation.
You're going to be a mama.
Oh, my gosh. A mama to a girl, too.
Come on.
There's going to be another me.
When are we allowed to start crying about it on the show?
No,
it's going to happen. It's
not
going to
yet.
happen.
I got 9 more weeks, yo. Okay, today we're sharing a beautiful message from Christy Stain on Instagram. Now, this is a powerful reminder to make peace with every version of yourself, because every season, of course, has shaped the woman that you are today.
Now, you can't hate one element of yourself. So let's take a look at what some of the wonderful women are going to feed off this. In fact, let's give you the chance to feed off this energy right now.
That's right.
Make peace with all the women you once were. Lay flowers at their feet, offer them incense and honey and forgiveness. Honor them and give them your silence. Listen, bless them and let them be, for they are the bones of the temple you sit in now, for they are the rivers of wisdom leading you toward the sea.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for that offering, Christy. We appreciate you. Let's see what the woman had to say about this wonderful poem.
And it really does hit hard, because you've got to do that. You've got to follow through. And Curvy Pear, interesting name. This is just so beautiful and so personal and so meaningful. I think a lot of people drew a huge amount out of that. Ario saying, I never thought of it this way. I always hated me or the previous selves. This helps me tremendously. It's weird how we go back through our past in this way. Sammy's crowd saying, this made me feel at peace. And these are just words. And you're dealing with your demons here, all of your baggage. Just going back there and reframing that. Is there a version of yourself when you look back that you've maybe been a little hard on?
Probably hard on, yes.
Most of them, I would imagine.
Not hated, though. When you look back, it's always like, why did you do this and make this decision, in your 20s especially? But like they were saying, it really does shape who you are today.
I
entirely.
love it. Entirely. We often go back. I've come to this phase now. We go back and we say, what would you like to go back and say to the 20?
To your younger
what would the
self.
20-year-old version of you come back and say to you now to keep you in check?
No, she wouldn't keep me in check. She'd be like, you got a baby?
Yeah. What are you doing?
What are you doing? You were supposed to be Oprah. No, I'm kidding. We can do both. If there's one thing I learned about women, that there's so many hats that we can wear at the same time. So really happy to be in the season of my life. And shout out to previous versions of Carissa for bringing me here.
Oh, man. So if you want to connect with yourself, if you want to kind of start an amazing relationship with anybody else, it does start with yourself and reconnecting. We're going to give you some very powerful tools to do just that.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You can, I think, feel the energy, hopefully through your TV screen, but it is a measured energy because we know when we look at Women's Day, so much has been achieved, but so much still needs to be done. So we work from that perspective. And I think what women can achieve when they stop asking for permission and just do it is amazing. But often that needs the right tribe or community around them. And our next guest has built an entire community herself, a whole movement around that idea, creating movement experiences that help women swap intimidation for confidence and strangers for friends. Doesn't that just sound amazing? From sold out themed spin classes to beginner ballet sessions designed for women who have always wanted to dance but never felt brave enough. Whatever that barrier is, let's get it out the way. This is a story about joy, most importantly, courage and community. And your community is waiting. And it is called Elevate Experiences. Rasai, thank you so much for giving us such a beautiful name. When you say Elevate, you feel it. What do you feel when you hear someone talking about your own little movement, girl? You've created something special.
I honestly feel like warm and happy and inspired that all these women around are just like, you know, elevate, like it's elevated in French. So I love that we're all feeling elevated and giving ourselves permission to be ourselves. And yeah.
I love ballet. I really do. My wife is a dancer, not a ballet dancer, but ballet represents the entry level of movement for most girls and the pinnacle of physical achievement for me. I've trained with prima ballerinas from Russia.
Oh, wow.
Physically, the strongest athletes I've ever encountered, and I've trained with Springboks and everybody in between, which is crazy to me. What is it about movement, as typified by ballet, that is so powerful for women?
I feel like I love the art of ballet in general, and I feel like you said,
because it's an art.
Because it's nice, it's like whimsical,
Beautiful,
it's elegant, it's empowering. Like you just see how capable the ballerinas' bodies are on stage. And I know as little girls, we've always wanted to do ballet, and life got in the way. So having a ballet event for Women's Month has been super important and key to give that door for the women to enter and just be in a space with like-minded women who also enjoy ballet and movement. Yeah.
And it also creates an expectation for young girls of what it's about.
Exactly,
what's up? Let's see what's up. You want to be cool, you want to be happy, you want to connect with your sisters.
Yes.
We've got to move.
Exactly.
And it's not a big solution, it's just a first step, it's a rhythm.
Exactly.
You maybe said it there. There was something in the tonality, and life got in the way.
Yes.
How often does that happen in a woman's life, that your dreams, that next phase of your development is sacrificed because life got in the way, justifiably so?
I feel like, I feel like we have this perception of how our lives need to be. And as women, we always so hard on ourselves as well. Like we want to be like perfect, we want to do the right thing, the right path. And then we let go of all the things that used to bring us joy, fun and life, and just like get into like this tunnel vision. And then we just feel like we're lost somewhere in the way and having to find ourselves again and love ourselves again. And it's like a whole process of that.
And then you tune into TV looking for purpose. You're like, please, I need to plug into purpose. I need to find my tribe and my people. And then elevates itself out of the chaos, because the world is chaotic at the moment.
Very chaotic.
And we want to find the eye of the storm. And you seem to have created that. So the Elevate Experiences. Talk me through the experience, because you're quite intentional about how you've positioned this.
Yes, so Elevate Experiences, I started it to create different forms of movement for women, where you can just be in a space where you can try something new, give yourself permission to be in different spaces. And I intentionally wanted to have like different curated themes. So from the Spin-Yonsei that we had with the spinning class, Beyonce inspired.
Spin-Yonsei.
Spin-Yonsei.
Come on, you know, on some universal level, you're going to pay rights at some point in your life. Maybe this is it. You're paying your Beyonce rights now by helping other women.
And this weekend we had a burlesque workshop, which was really amazing, and we've had Pilates, and now we're having the ballet. So I feel like every month I want to introduce different forms of movement, and maybe something you always wanted to try, but you're always scared to try and be in that setting. Yeah.
I think it helps to have a hand, just a hand to guide us through the information to make it a little less crazy.
Exactly.
So if we want to plug in, if we want to find the modality that makes the most sense for us, or we want to start scheduling all the different modalities we want to try before the end of the year, how do we plug into the community and get the info?
So you can follow us on Instagram, Elevate Experiences. I like to post all the experiences we'll be having, as we go along. Right now, we just have the ballet, and then I'll be putting up more events.
But that's a great start.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
be honest.
honestly
Come
the best
on, it's a
start. Yeah,
win.
exactly. And I'm sure I know the women are excited for that one. So just follow us on Elevate Experiences, and we'll keep you updated on all the beautiful experiences. Yeah.
Let's talk about your personal journey as it
Yes.
applies, because it's very difficult for a man my age who's lived through the South Africa that I have to celebrate Women's Day. The loss of life is just insane. And sorry to take you to that
Yes.
place, but as a young woman, you've built your life's purpose around helping other women. This isn't some far-flung thing I'm going to reach once I'm there and I've got
Yeah.
this. This is your jumping off point.
Yes.
Why? Why is this so important for you and other young South African women to take control of this narrative?
I feel like it's something that I always wanted for myself, and I'm in my mid-30s now, and...
First of all, you're a liar. You're a liar, girl. She's a liar, bold-faced liar. Don't listen to a word she says.
And I feel like I've had to put a lot of work to get to where I am right now. Like, I had to, love myself
You've earned
more.
it, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I feel like I'm not the only one who's at that point in their life. Doesn't matter how young or how old you are. We're all going through our own motions and trying to figure out who we are as individuals and trying to love ourselves more, yeah.
And there's no permission needed.
And exactly.
No permission needed. Maybe I need permission to do ballet
I don't
for
think so.
everyone else's, I think, safety. You know, what you're doing is momentous, and I can joke about it as much as I want, but that's just trying to take the edge off, because I can know and think about what this is
Yes.
going to mean for people. So we're going to take us inside a ballet class in just a moment. No, it's about moving, it's about connecting with yourself. And then, of course, Shali is here. She is helping us all connect with our love language of food this morning in the most powerful way. And she likes to elevate.
Yes.
And we're going to elevate everything in just a moment. Stick around, we'll see you now.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back on this beautiful celebration of Women's Day. Now, there is something beautiful about being a beginner. I'm saying that to myself as well. It means that you're brave enough to start, okay? And curious enough, at least, to learn and willing to surprise yourself along the way. And today might be full of surprises as we're stepping into the world of ballet. But don't worry, this isn't about the perfect pirouettes or years of dance experience. You and I are going to get into it together. It is about movement, confidence, and discovering that it's never too late to try something new. So let's get straight into it. We've got principal dancer from Elevate Experiences and instructor Shay, who's going to guide us through a gentle beginner ballet lesson that literally you can do at home along with me. I know it's a public holiday, but let's get some movement going. Shay, let's get straight into it, and welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm Shayla. I'm a 21-year-old dancer and teacher based in Melkbos and Bloembergstrand. So basically, I teach adult ballet fitness, and that's what we're going to be trying today. More just feeling like a ballerina, and if you've never danced before, maybe even if you have, this is the sign to get back into it. So I'm the person to contact.
Well, there you go.
And let's try this.
Yes, please.
Okay.
First of all, I wish I had your outfit, because this is what makes the experience even better. But Shayla, where do we begin?
Okay, we're going to start with real basics. So let's first learn just 3 basic arm positions while we start with our feet in what we call classical first position. So our feet are in kind of a slight turn-up position. Our arms are in a classical bra bar, right? So we're going to start with our thumbs kind of hiding. We don't want to break any awkward lines. And we'll bring our arms up to a first, where our elbows are standing. Have you danced before?
Maybe.
Yeah. We'll carry them out to a gentle second position, right? So this is slightly open. Still, we want to leave the elbows and wrists slightly lower than our shoulders. Keep it like a beautiful, elegant line drifting downwards. Let's take it to third now, when it's slightly in front of your body. Just the one arm.
Just the one arm.
Yeah, stunning. And then to the other arm. Stunning. We open it up. Let's take it all the way down. And then a slight port de bras, which will go all the way up to fifth, keeping your shoulders down, and gradually open back to where you started. Okay, so those are the basic arms. Let's learn it with the feet now. So our arms and feet in first. Now we're going to take our arms and feet to second. So we're going to turn the right leg out and lower it in second. Cool, let's do the same arm and leg to third. So we're going to cross slightly, keeping everything turned out, and we can even look at this arm. Turn it to the other side to bring the other foot in front. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to learn arabesque lines. I'm sure you might have heard this term before, arabesque. It's classically ballet. So we are going to turn the right leg out again. We are going to pivot sideways while still keeping this leg turned out. This is our first arabesque line, right? Stunning, yeah. Okay, so this left arm is right in front of you, not too high, kind of just about eye level. Shoulders are down, everything is engaged. We're going to swap the arms to second arabesque, where we are kind of twisting the upper body, looking over this top hand. Bring everything back to first, gather it, to a beautiful third with beautiful elegance. Back to first, and let's open up to the other side. So first arabesque this way, back foot is pointed. Let's start with the right hand in front, because open line is first arabesque. Through second to second arabesque. Beautiful. Gather everything in first. Now the right hand on top for third arabesque. Stunning, beautiful lines in front of you. Rather have the right arm kind of, stunning, stretched. Yeah, both arms stretched. Stunning, and bring everything back to where you started. Okay, should we try that quickly, like flowing?
I feel like you should step a little bit forward so I can see.
Let's try the whole thing flowing. Let's start with a beautiful breathe. And we will go first to second, third, and open to second. Again, third, and open, and all the way up to fifth, and float down. Let's try with legs. First to second, lower, and third, cross those legs. Other side, first to second, and cross those legs. Open up to first arabesque. Through second to second arabesque. Look over that right top hand. First, gather to third arabesque. Gather to first, and open back where you started. Last time, this way, pivot, and through second to second arabesque. Beautiful, stunning. To third, back to first, and gather where you started. Beautiful. Can we feel those arms working?
Yes.
Shoulder blades are squeezed, arms are working.
I've never felt more graceful in my life.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Would you like to learn like a basic balance waltz step?
Yes,
Let's
we would.
do
We've
that.
got about 2 more minutes, so let's squeeze in as much as we can.
Okay, so we're going to learn a very basic, beautiful waltz step that's often used in classical ballets. So let's try, let's give it a bash. So we're going to start with this is my right leg, it might be opposite to you, but my right leg is pointed kind of behind, knees are connected, and arms are over in a beautiful classical pose. We are going to waltz over to the side, so it's a 1, 2, 3 step, counting like any waltz. You're going to take the back leg out into a fondue behind, and you're going to go up, down. It's kind of just pulsing, yeah, pivoting on those feet. And to the other side, waltz, up, down. Stunning, yeah. A little bit quicker now, waltz. And as you can see, your arms are going through first, second, and third. Beautiful. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stunning. 3. Lots of coordination. And let's end that with a beautiful curtsy all the way. Make it dramatic. All the way down and bow. One more to the other side. Make it dramatic and bow. Yeah,
Yes!
well done.
Can we get a round of applause, everybody?
Thank you
That
so
was
much.
beautiful.
You're a natural. That's
Oh,
crazy.
thank you. Don't get me started. I've always wanted to do adult ballet
Yes.
because some of us miss out on our childhoods or maybe want to
100%.
revisit that. So
Yes.
what's the first step? Where do we go?
Okay, so I'm based at a school called Dance United in Melkbos. So you're welcome to just search that on Google. There's a whole lot of contact details there. They'll direct you straight to me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we kind of do it in the evenings, but I'm trying to bring in morning classes as well before work. Melkbos is kind of the opposite side of the world.
It's a
but
little
it's
bit
beautiful
far.
there, so if you are that side, yeah, please feel free. The first class is a trial lesson, so it's not charged.
Gorgeous.
Just so you can see if it's for you.
And you're such a great teacher. I mean,
Thank
come
you.
on. I feel like an actual ballerina right now as we head into the kitchen to cook up something so delicious. One more pose that we can send off into the kitchen. What are we doing? Ooh, there you go, Gray. That one's for you.
Okay, I've just seen it. You can get those ballet practice shoes as well. You can get pink practice ballet shoes that are all cool like that. This is what happens when you get into these activities. You start discovering new things about yourself. Vitally important. Maybe that love language is going to be discovered in the kitchen. This is where we show so much of our passion and our love. In this Women's Month, we are celebrating the woman whose love, whose lessons, whose food and that mentorship has shaped us. And Sasha Lee Small is back to share recipes that have been inspired by the incredible woman in her life, beginning with this golden arancini filled with smoked mussels and cream cheese and finished with a silky nap sauce. Can we take a nap sauce?
Yes,
I like
we
that.
can.
Sash, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This has become kind of a happy place for you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at home.
I love
honestly.
that. Well, you're in someone's home right now. So we love you guys for being here as well and sharing in this journey. But in the food space, this is where the generational wealth comes to bear in South Africa, so much so.
Absolutely.
Why is it such a responsibility? Because it kind of feels like you take this on board, like you've got to hold this knowledge, you've got to take it a step further, elevate it. The women who have inspired you, what mark have they made? Why are you the way you are, girl?
I don't know. Honestly, my family, I come from a really big family. My mom is a sibling of 8.
Wow.
Woman. And then she's got 2 brothers. So there's this whole...
That's not a family, that's a sitcom. That's
There's
a
whole
movie
tribe
right there.
of people, and we all love food. We love getting together and sharing. And today's dish was inspired by growing up. We had lots of events, birthdays, weddings. All
Literally,
our gatherings.
you must have had one like every weekend with that many sisters
like,
in
it
the mix.
literally is. It's insane. So, we've got some beautiful smoked mussels, and growing up, we would put these on crackers. This was an entree or starter at every event. We had little crackers with mussels, little crackers with some cheese, and I think a lot of people grew up like that.
Yeah, it's probably the first zhuzh snack I can remember actually being allowed to eat by my mom. Being like, no, that's for the guests. No,
100%.
you don't eat that. We have 9 mussels here.
Exactly.
And there are 9 guests.
Exactly.
You eat one of these and the cracker is going to be you. How do you find your voice? How many cousins do you have?
I have a lot of cousins, and they all influence me quite positively. They all have played a huge role in making sure that I finish school. I, got a job after school that just motivated me and just kept me going. A lot of them, we all split up. So we all grew up in Durban. Some moved to Cape Town, some moved to Johannesburg. And through all the distance, we never, lost contact.
It doesn't change.
It feels like when we are together, like in December, we got together and it felt like there was no time passed.
Except you're doing slightly more of the cooking now,
Yes,
I would imagine.
absolutely. At every event now, it's like, oh, we've got a chef in the
Oh,
family.
that's fine, she can handle it.
Exactly.
And with so many women, you might be mistaken for thinking that you're going to struggle to have a voice in that kind of space. But what if the woman, these strong characters, taught you about having that and supporting each other as women?
I think what they taught me, Graham, is to have fun. To have fun.
Yes.
We always have a laugh. A laugh
Embrace it.
is something that brings everybody together. And I think being, a lot of women, things can get a bit spicy. We do like to phone each other and skinner and have a little chat about
Life's
what's
boring
happening.
otherwise, man.
So,
Come
but
on.
they've taught me to make sure I enjoy everything I do. Find the method of incorporating fun and laughter into everything, even in those difficult
And we've seen you in some of your worst moments actually have a laugh and turn to camera and give us a little wink, so we get it. We understand, and Sham, I'm sorry that we're putting you through the most in your culinary journey, and
I
it
love
gets
it.
very, very real, but you've done so
absolutely
well there. And you've quietly just made an arancini while we've been chatting here. So we've managed to combine beautifully our cream cheese, our mussels. We've got a beautiful smoky finish, I can tell just from the smell. Absolutely amazing. So the arancini is the kind of pasta, right?
Yes, so
Explain
it is
yourself.
a risotto.
Okay.
This I've made a wild mushroom risotto, and I've just cooled it, and then I've stuffed some smoked mussels, cream cheese, and some chives in it. Okay, and now I'm just doing a little bit of a panko breading on the arancini.
Wow. This is going to give you a little bit of everything. It strikes me as there is like a lot of flavor development in there for something that's so small. A little flavor bomb of note, but it is quite rich, and you want that textural element there to kind of break it, right?
Yes, so we want our oil nice and smoky and warm. And we're going to drop this in.
It was a slightly trepidatious little chuckle we had there, but that looks good.
Okay, we're going to let that go. Let me just wash my hands quickly.
And this is cooked, right? So
Yes.
we're forming it now. We're not so much as cooking it.
No, we're just heating it through, getting a nice golden crumb on the arancini, and then we're going to serve it with a beautiful nap sauce that I've prepared for you this morning.
Please explain yourself. I almost went to bed when I heard nap sauce. It sounds like the coolest thing ever. What is a nap sauce?
So nap sauce is a tomato-based sauce. You cook it down with some garlic, and you can put different herbs. I've put some thyme in there, some sugar to balance off the acidity, and then some salt and pepper. You can add basil and whatever fresh herbs you have, and you just cook it down low and slow until it is.
She even knows how long to talk. And how are we doing? I know.
This
No one
oil
plays
was way too.
Okay, so we realize we've made really, when you say smoking hot.
I don't even want to take it out. But it's
Gotta
okay.
do it, no, just put them there, and
we make mistakes.
And that's why we have
learn.
three, okay? That's why we have three.
Ooh,
Look,
that oil was
albeit I
better.
do distract people in the kitchen quite a lot, okay? So it might be my kind of thing. Okay, so when we say smoking hot oil, we'll choose to see this as...
smoking hot.
Yeah, so we want to look after ourselves in that sense. You can scan the QR code. If you think you can get yourself a better char on your arancini, we want you to prove it. No, we've got to do this with a little bit of tender, loving care.
Tender, loving care. And less
Exactly.
distraction, Graham. Yeah.
And less distraction. No, it's fine. We love the fact that our kitchens are as social as they are delicious, and we keep learning. I'm learning more now through every delicious mistake that I make than I ever had through my successes. The bottom line is you can cook along and have some fun with us. If this arancini has caught your attention and your imagination, scan the QR code and cook along. We will show you our finished product in just a moment. Done.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and this morning we are, of course, celebrating Women's Month, where the women who keep us laughing is what we want to shine a light on. Now, our next guest has built a loyal following, of course, by turning everyday South African moments into hilarious, relatable songs filled with wit, honesty, and so much heart. Now, as an online content creator, bedroom musician, yes, we'll find out exactly what that means, as well as producer, we've got Bia Winterbach, who's proving that comedy and music are a powerful combination. Now, she's here to share a creative journey, which we're so excited to get into, and the inspiration behind her distinctive sound, look, and feel. So let's see what she's all about before we get to know her.
And to spur on a date, you're my Monday special. Is it cheesy to say your cheddar melts my schnitzel? It wasn't my birthday, but you played along. They played the birthday song. It couldn't get better till you got on one knee. Gave me an onion ring. I could hear the wedding.
Like Hannah Montana.
Oh, okay. We were just having a conversation all about her tie because, but what is going on? Wait, first of all, give her a feel good welcome. Yes, everybody. But what's happening with the tie?
I love hair. I feel like I needed a hair tie, and then
With
I
the
just
plug?
made one. And the plug, because I guess it's a way for me to feel like I'm at home. Yeah.
In a South African home in particular.
Yeah. I mean, that's where my home is, so
It's
that
true.
makes sense.
That's true. She is from South Africa, homegrown and proud. Now, there are many people that are looking at you saying this is the first time we've experienced you. If they haven't, of course, been online on TikTok, on Instagram, have come across your content. So who are you? Who is Bia Winterbach, and how would you describe what you actually create?
Well, I think it's a combination of being bored, and I kind of like the idea of finding beauty in the mundane and, you know, being able to create roads out of the little gaps between bricks and stuff.
Okay.
So for me, it's not really about content, because a lot of times I'm discontent. And that's the only way I can get rid of the feelings, is by being absurd and like feeling excited to be alive. I don't like the idea of too many rules.
I'm here for it. I like the obscure, I like the different, and the fact that we get to experience it and you feel relief from putting it out there makes it even better. Now, I mentioned in the intro that you are a bedroom musician. We're gonna have to delve into that. First of all, we do have a bed here today, and we've got a keyboard and a mic on said bed. So we're replicating what you do at home, or what is a bedroom musician?
Yeah, it's exactly making music in my bedroom.
Yeah.
And I saw the bed, and it's way cleaner than mine, which I really appreciate.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah,
It's a
thank
pleasure.
you. I mean, thank you.
Well, that is so good. We'll get to experience your music a little bit later, but I know in all your content you capture like an everyday South African essence, and that's where people really, I think, find that relatability to all the things that you do. So in your content or in your music, where do you find inspiration?
I feel like home affairs,
Yeah.
it's the most interesting place I've ever been. South Africans are my script, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, we're so funny.
100%.
And I think it's a great coping mechanism. And I think funny is a creative thing, because you're subverting, you know, expectations. And it's like, this, you think it's going to go this way, and it's more linear, or stuff like that. So I think South Africans are, by nature, using humor as a way to cope, and to not delve into that and figure out where I lie on a bed. And that is kind of what I like to do.
We love it. And when you say home affairs, I imagine standing in the long lines. There is so much content that you can grab from that as well. They say South Africa is a movie, And like you said, the jokes write themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It's it feels like I'm copywriting other
What's
people.
going around you.
Yeah, I'm like, plagiarism.
Who do I give credit to here?
Yeah, everyone.
But I love the fact that you make us laugh, because I think fundamentally as South Africans, that's how we cope when we do these sorts of things. And you've turned such ordinary moments into things that are so hilarious. So what do you think it is about South African humor that people connect with so deeply?
I want to say the first thing that popped in my mind was water. I know this is not therapy, but that's something I would say is the first thing that pops into my mind. I think we go with the flow in a way that, I don't know, that I think we are very honest with ourselves and sometimes lie a lot. And I think that contrast, that like, why are we doing what we're doing, but we have to do what we are doing? Yeah. I kind of like fighting with that contrast and also giving it a hug. And does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. You're articulating yourself perfectly here. But I know one of your trademarks is taking familiar situations or even international celebrities and then, of course, giving them a South African twist. So what goes through your mind when creating that kind of content?
I have to not judge myself. I think I have to not label anything as wrong when I think of it. I think, even as like a woman, it's like, oh, I need to act a certain way, be a certain way. But then to relieve myself from that, oh, this is a good thought, this is a bad thought, and just say any thought is a thought and it's okay. It's let it just come and then I'll filter it later. So it's almost just letting my brain go and not trying to reel it back in, I think.
I like that, because the limit doesn't exist. And we need to allow ourselves a judgment-free zone to be who we are. We had a Good Morning post today that said, what should women stop apologizing for? And I think it's exactly that. Let's not judge ourselves, let's not judge others, but truly just embrace our authentic selves, which, Ber, you do so incredibly well. And I love the fact that we still get to see a performance by her. Yes, a bedroom musician is one of the titles she holds so proudly, and we'll experience that on the other side of 7 o'clock.
Well, in the hope that you are still in your bed because it is your day off, don't move a muscle. It is almost the top of the hour, in fact, seconds before, and perfect time to broach what's been going on in the world around South Africa and beyond. And we're going to start our 7 o'clock news bulletin here in South Africa on a very important day where President Cyril Ramaphosa says women still do not have an equal share of the country's wealth, land or enterprises 70 years after 20,000 South African women marched against apartheid-passed laws addressing Women's Day ceremony commemorations, we're going to call it, at the Union Buildings yesterday, the venue associated with the 1956 protest. Ramaphosa said too many women remain unemployed, earn less than men and carry unpaid caregiving responsibilities. And he says government is working to change this by creating equal opportunities and addressing economic inequalities nationwide. Now, we stay in that vein as a memorial monument honouring slain whistleblower Babita Deokaran has been unveiled at the Sri Mariamman Temple Heritage Site in Mount Edgecombe, some 5 years after her assassination. Now, Deokaran, who exposed irregularities worth more than 850 million rand at Tembisa Hospital and was slain because of it, was killed outside her Johannesburg home. Leaders gathered for the Women's Day ceremony, and KwaZulu-Natal will now introduce an annual Babita Deokaran Award, recognising officials who demonstrate her kind of ethical leadership, while speakers stressed that her legacy must include whistleblower protection and accountability for corruption. Now we can cast a wider gaze on the international news front. Israel has rejected US President Donald Trump's 15-point Gaza peace plan, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu insisting that Israeli forces will not withdraw until Hamas is completely disarmed. Netanyahu said that Israel rejects any arrangement involving partial disarmament and ruled out a Palestinian state under his leadership. The stance marks a rare public disagreement with Washington. Trump had obviously previously said Hamas agreed to surrender its weapons. Meanwhile, Israeli strikes have continued despite that ceasefire, with Palestinian officials reporting about 100,200 deaths since October last year. Now, a little closer to home, Nigeria's Kano state has hosted a mass wedding for 1,500 couples, all at the same time, helping low-income families overcome the massive financial pressures of marriage. So the two-day event, funded through the state's social welfare program, brought together couples from all 44 local government areas. And Governor Abi Kabir Youssef, he provided about $1.1 million for the initiative. Couples underwent medical screening before participating in Islamic ceremonies at Kano's Central Mosque. The newlyweds will also receive furniture, food, household items, financial assistance as well to support their new families. And I suppose we wish them well as well from our neck of the woods. Now we round off with this one as actor and conservationist Leonardo DiCaprio and Ray have launched the Phoenix Species Project, committing some $200 million to help save 100 species facing imminent extinction. That's how you use your money if you need the prompt. The initiative, supported equally by Ray and the Bezos Earth Fund, will fund conservation efforts across 30 different countries to achieve this. And the project focuses on long-term species recovery, supporting mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, fish, plants, and invertebrates. All are welcome. And among those targeted are South Africa's own bowmouth guitarfish and fuzzy belly button plant. I mean, take a look at some of these incredible creatures. Not aliens, they exist on our planet and they are ours to protect. And organizers say sustained funding can help threatened species rebound and can restore those ecosystems around them. And the initiative builds on conservation success stories, showing that nature can and often does recover when given meaningful support. Well, let's hope that positive ethos flows into the sport now. Let's get into those headlines. We start with the African connection, albeit a bitter pill to swallow for Banyana. But let's start with who's through. The Women's African Cup of Nations delivered some major quarter-final drama over the weekend and a lot of goals. So the final four are now confirmed. 9-time champions Nigeria, they're out. They suffered a shock 1-0 defeat at the hands of Cameroon, while Malawi, they edged out big guns Ghana 2-1 to progress as well. Then Algeria, they booked their place with a 2-1 win over Cote d'Ivoire. And then hosts Morocco, they continued their form, ending South Africa's campaign sadly with that 2-1 victory there to progress as well. Now, we had quarterfinal action, second to none back home. Let's get into the MTN 8 quarterfinals, producing goals, drama, and I think one of the weekend's biggest surprises as well. Sekhukhune United, they edged out Amazulu 4-3 in a 7-goal thriller that produced some absolute crackers along the way. We love that for the start of the season. Golden Arrows, they stunned Kaizer Chiefs 1-0 to send an early message. Then Orlando Pirates, they needed extra time to beat Durban City 2-1. Mamelodi Sundowns, they also survived a bit of a late scare there to defeat Polokwane City 3-2 in another 5-goal thriller as well. If this is what the season's going to be like, sign me up. Absolutely love it. Likewise, in the Currie Cup, let's shift gears to rugby now. And Currie Cup fans, we were treated to pure drama this weekend as well, as 4 high-octane round 4 encounters went down to the wire. There were just points in this. So the Pumas edged out the Blue Bulls 33-31 in their nail-biting encounter, an absolute thriller. Then the Free State Cheetahs, they secured a memorable 31-26 away win against a very strong Stormers side. I was maybe a little bit tired this week. And then the Griquas, they outpowered the Lions 31-19. And then the Sharks 15, they held firm 19-12 to beat the Boland Cavaliers. Now let's get back out onto two wheels to see who wrapped up the tour. Demi Vollering, she crowned a dominant campaign that she spent a lot of time in yellow by winning the Tour de France Femme and claiming her second career yellow jersey now. So starting that final stage in Nice with just a lead of 4 seconds, she had to kind of prove her worth, the Dutch star winning that decisive 99-kilometer stage to become the first rider to win the Tour de France Femme twice, and she was pushed. This was a very strong field, so we absolutely love it. But that's where we're going to leave our sport for this hour of the show. Let's get you another update on where the roads are. I know it's a day off, but I think a couple of things to report on.
Well, thank you so much, Graham. There are just a few. Eastern Cape is where we get started with Pennock Pass, where snow has resulted in pass closures on the Pennock and Berkeley East routes as of 6 a.m. this morning. Now, motorists are advised to exercise extreme caution and, of course, if possible, avoid that route. That's the last incident that we can report on. For now, though, let's see how we can double our rewards when we do hit the roads.
Every journey should be more rewarding. Simply fill up at Shell, scan your Shell V Plus rewards card and pay using your ABSA Visa card. Enjoy up to 30% real cashback through ABSA Rewards, up to 50 cents per litre instant cashback on fuel through Shell V Plus rewards, and up to 2.5% cashback on qualifying in-store purchases. Every journey is another opportunity to earn. Keep filling up, keep earning with Shell V Plus rewards and ABSA Rewards.
All right, now that we're feeling that much better on this day of observation for Women's Day, let's see how we can sort you out when it comes to your weather. Our first stop, of course, is Polokwane, where you'll spend your day under some cloudy skies. Now, there is some rain chanced at 40%, but when it comes to your temperatures, it ranges between 7 and 23 degrees. As we go into the week, the next 2 days bring cloudy but also wet conditions, with tomorrow's rain chance increasing, in fact doubling, to 80%. Next up is Klerksdorp, where today you can expect rain forecast at 85% under cloudy skies. Now, with temperatures starting from a low of 4 degrees to a high of 12, you're in for a very cold day. Tomorrow ushers in cloudy conditions with rain chanced at 55%. Your temperatures will move between 5 and 12. Into Pretoria we go next, where a cloudy day lies ahead with rain forecast at 75%. Your temperatures will range between a cold 7 and a high sitting at 18. Now, heading into the week, cloudy and wet weather will persist with rain forecast at 90% tomorrow, which will at least ease to 25% by midweek. And then out in Johannesburg, rainy conditions dominate your day today. Now, rain is chanced at 90% with a very cold start of 2 degrees, rising to 13. Now, look out for tomorrow as rain and snow is forecast at 80%. Your temperatures will sit between 3 and 6. Up next is in Mbombela, where your Monday will be cloudy with rain forecast at 40%. Temperatures move from a chilly 10 to a high of 17 degrees. Heading into the new week, by the next 2 days, they do bring some rainy conditions. Tuesday sitting at 85. By Wednesday, it eases slightly to 50. In the beautiful Bloemfontein, expect a partly cloudy day with your winds coming at 32 kilometers per hour. A very icy start of 2 degrees and your max is sitting at 9. Now, cloudy skies will persist with conditions gradually clearing as the week progresses. Your temperatures will be moving to those mid-teens. And out in the coastline of Richards Bay, windy conditions are forecast at 43 kilometers per hour. Your rain is chanced at 95%. As for your temperatures, they'll range between 14 and 18, but you are in for a wet week ahead, with rain averaging around 73% until Friday. Out in Durban, rain is likely at 95%, with winds reaching 35 kilometers per hour. Now, your temperatures will range between a chilly 12 and a high sitting at 16. And looking ahead, grey skies and rainy conditions are forecast for the whole week, peaking today and tomorrow at 95%. In Tata, on your side, your afternoon turns wet with a 60% chance of rain. Your temperatures will start at a minimum of 5 and rise to 11 as your high. Now, rain does take centre stage early in the week with a 70% chance tomorrow, and that eases to at least 35% by Wednesday. In Uba, on your side, a wet afternoon is on the cards with southerly winds of 26 kilometers per hour. Your temperatures will range from a crisp 3 to a high sitting at 11. Now, grey skies will take over your day tomorrow with temperatures ranging from a low of 3 to that high sitting at 13 degrees. All right, Kugompo City, you're up next, where you can expect a windy Monday with afternoon rain forecast at 90%. Your temperatures will range from a brisk 9 to a high of 14 degrees. As the day progresses, rain chances will increase from 90 today to 70 tomorrow, dropping further to 25 by Wednesday. That brings us over to Ebeja. Out in GQ today, your skies will become cloudy with rain forecast at 75%. Your temps will range between 8 and 14. Now, the coming days will see temperatures in the mid to high teens with rain chances sitting around 55% tomorrow. And in the gorgeous George, good morning to you. Some grey skies will greet you today with rain that's likely sitting at 75%. Temperatures will drift from 7 to a high of 11. And as we go into the week, sunny skies will dominate your days with daytime highs peaking at 23 degrees by the weekend. And then out in Cape Town, in the Mother City, morning rain will be accompanied by strong southeasterly winds sitting at 37 kilometers per hour. Expect temperatures to climb from 9 to 15. And as we look ahead, your week will be dominated by sun-filled skies and also pleasantly warm temperatures that will max at 23 degrees come Thursday. All right, Sutherland, wet conditions are expected with southeasterly winds at 32 kilometers per hour. A very cold start to your day of freezing -1 is your low with a 6-degree high. Now, strong winds will sweep through over the next 3 days, bringing cooler conditions. Your temperatures will peak over the weekend. And then out in Kimberley, a 60% chance of rain is on the cards, with winds traveling 37 kilometers per hour. 3 degrees is your low. Your max is sitting at 11 degrees. Now, partly cloudy and humid conditions are set for the coming days, with temperatures reaching 16 degrees tomorrow after starting at a low of 5. And our final stop is Uppington. In Uppies today, predominantly partly cloudy skies will lead the way. Temperatures ranging from a cold 4 degrees to a set high of 17. As for tomorrow, it does bring some sunny skies with temperatures reaching a warm high of 21. That low, well, it starts at 7 degrees. Well, it's a very wet start to the week across the country, so let's see how we can bring in some sunshine. And I say we quite generously. It's actually Keith Dyer from Ganovi that is bringing in all the golden light. And thank you for representing Kugompo City so well, Keith. Oh my goodness, this is my favorite view so far, and maybe will be for the week. We'll see how it goes. If you too would like to be like Keith Dyer, you can let us know, because every sunrise tells a story, and we want to know what yours is. 0630369649. It doesn't have to be as artistic. It could be a little bit of rainy along the way, considering the very, very cold weather, but we would absolutely love to see it. Now listen, we said that you got to make us a promise that on this beautiful observation of Women's Day, you're actually watching us from your bed, much like our next guest.
Ba-da-ba-da. I feel like a minion whenever I try and sing your songs, Pierre. How does it go? Ba-da-ba-da.
Ba-da-ba-da-da-ba-da.
You see.
Whatever you want.
I'm just going to write it down. Thank goodness. I was going to make sure that she brought the tomato puree tin shoes, because for a second I thought she had forgotten. Luckily, I have mine in my car. So, but you brought yours. What are you going to perform for us on the most famous bed in the world?
I didn't know that, so that adds pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
I'm just going to perform an old song called Head Tomatoes.
Not one, but many head tomatoes. And you might be feeling that this morning. I know one of our cameramen's got head tomatoes big time today. We're going to take you inside this whole situation on the bed after this. We'll see now.
Only you can make my day.
welcome back and thank you for joining us on your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso on S3. Now, as we know, we celebrate 70 years after thousands of women marched to the union buildings. Women's Day remains both a celebration of progress and a reminder of the work still to be done. Now, while South Africa has come a long way, women continue to face violence, to face inequality and also injustice in so many different forms. So joining us this morning are Melise Jogiet from Women for Change and also award-winning creator and activist Bella Monsoon from Mid and Mayhem, as we ask the pertinent question, how far have we really come? Ladies, welcome back and thank you for joining us this morning. When I think about this question, Melise, 70 years after that 1956 march that really shifted the needle, and then I open my phone or see in a magazine or a newspaper a case like Cameron that just passed away as well, was murdered at the hands of her partner, I think about that question. How far have we actually come? And it bears the question, what are women fighting for today? Has it shifted from 70 years ago?
I think the thing that shifted the most was that we got our autonomy. The only problem is retaining our autonomy. I think the mindset around women's rights is so problematic. I mean, 70 years ago, the women fought for us to get our own autonomy, to make our own financial decisions, to enable us to have our own income. But even now in South African society, I think we haven't gotten past the fact that women need to be owned to some degree. So even when you have your own financial autonomy, it's being run by the man in your life. That mindset still has a long way to go, unfortunately.
And that's exactly why we're having the conversation today and must continue to have these conversations. I mean, Bella, on your side, you cover a lot of work in South Africa that we get to thankfully digest through things like Instagram and TikTok. So thank you for the work you do as well. But GBV, we know that it is alive and well. So tell us more about what these stories reveal about the reality of women facing at least South African women, the reality that we have to face day in and day out.
I think we've become so, it's become so normalized, the fear-based behaviors that we've adapted to deal with kind of just existing in everyday life, that we kind of underestimate the mental toll that it takes just as a woman to exist in daily life. And I think that's something that we don't speak about enough because we feel like, you know, sending your live location when you get into a ride share or not wanting to jog alone or walk alone in the morning. Those things are just like, okay, well, that's just life. That's how it's supposed to be. But it's truly not. And then if you also look at the fact that you can do everything right and it still might not guarantee that you don't end up in a situation that you don't want to find yourself in. And the fact that the danger doesn't always come from a stranger. The danger can often be from someone you know, someone you trust, someone you share a bed with. And that, I think, is probably the hardest pill to swallow when it comes to it.
More often than not. I mean, we see these stories all the time. Melise, on your side, I mean, what can we do? You really are putting so much work behind this, and we also appreciate the work that you do and rally women, rally men too, to say this is the change that we need to be seeing in South Africa. So have there been any stories that have stayed with you that you would like to highlight that maybe can shift something in the atmosphere?
Well, I think I'm going to mention the most recent one, and it didn't directly come to us, funny enough. It was one that popped up on social media where a mom got justice for her daughter's rapist. And it's been getting a lot of noise, I think, in Cape Town, because that is a very rare instance. It doesn't happen very often. We are often in court cases where perpetrators are allowed access to the children they molested because family courts and the justice system focuses on two different things. Nobody communicates with one another. And also, most people don't even understand how the justice system works. So if someone who was raped even opens a case, which is very rare, getting it to the court is a nightmare. And then she's also re-traumatized over and over and over again through that process. Exactly. And not treated like a victim. A lot of the time, victims are treated like the perpetrators. And the perpetrators get off because they are grandiose and, you know, personable. It's problematic. So this case stood up for me because the mother really fought hard for her daughter. But there's also the aftermath. I think what we don't realize is when these cases are in the media, when the media is gone, these people have to go on with their lives. What happens to them then? I hope for this family's sake that at least they have the support that they need. But in most of the cases, people, their lives fall apart right after.
Sure. It's devastating. And mind you, that was the case from 2023 that we're now hearing about now 3 years later, and justice has been served. Well, we at least going to keep our eyes on to see how it all develops. Ladies, thank you for joining us. They're going absolutely nowhere. This is such an important conversation that we need to be having, not just as we observe Women's Day, but every single day, as it is a reality that us as South African women do face day in and day out. So stick around for part 2 of it coming up after this.
And we are also aware that we need to be within ourselves right now. And sometimes how we deal with things in South Africa is with laughter. We connect with each other in the most intimate of spaces. In fact, to be able to do this, and we're going to change lanes completely now as Bia Winterbach takes us inside her head for some head tomatoes. Bah, enjoy.
My name is Bup. I'll be singing my song called Head Tomatoes. It's about all gold and bovril. And if you've ever had to get that bread but felt like it's a bit dry, this song is for you. To smear it thick so much I taped it to my feet like all gold. Head to my toes, I'm saucy. They laughed at me, said my soles are sticky, but they don't know that I'll come in handy when they are wash rolls and it feels incomplete. Look down at my feet. I might have something you need. I have spreads and saucies for all of your gossies. When your bread is dry, I have something nearby. When life feels atrocious, I'll bring the sauces. Forget about dread, think about spread instead.
Yay! Sometimes we've just got to give ourselves permission to be silly, and sometimes you've just got to say, stop giving yourself permission to do anything. Bah. I love you, my friend. You're just taking the edge off life this morning. We understand it's a day off today for many, and while we are laying it on heavy because we have to, because it's vitally important that we go there, we also want to take that edge off. So, bah, ain't going nowhere this morning. She is our spirit animal today, and she's going to keep our feet firmly planted on that. Okay, whatever that is. You can go and search for those shoes online. I don't know if you're going to find them, but you will find her. We'll keep all the details up and get another performance and continue that vitally important conversation right now.
Welcome back this morning as we're reflecting on how far South Africa has come since the historic Women's March held in 1956, while also recognizing the work that still lies ahead for us. Now, joining us once again are Melise Jogiat, Operation and Advocacy Coordinator at Women for Change, as well as Bella Monsoon, award-winning creator, activist, and host of Murder and Mayhem, the podcast. Ladies, thank you for joining us once again. Bella, I'll start with you on this one. When it comes to, some people call it red flags, others call it small warning signs along the way that maybe we can pay more attention to. Not to say that the responsibility is on us alone, but if there is something that can avoid a tragic headline or at least help guide us through it, what are those small warning signs that we can pay attention to? We should never, ever ignore them.
So I think if I have to just pick one main thing, it's control. And especially when it showcases itself as care. Because the thing is, it never starts off as something big. It starts off innocent. So it would be like, can you send me your location? I just want to make sure you're okay. Or, you know, that friend of yours is not really the greatest influence. Maybe you shouldn't hang out with them as much. And then the thing is, human beings are incredibly psychologically adaptable. So we can adapt to every situation, and that is a great thing as well. But the problem comes is that these behaviors, they change gradually. So the boundaries shift over time. So what you'll find is you adapt to those boundary changes over time. So 6 months down the line, a few years down the line, you will be normalizing behaviors and patterns and actions in a relationship that at the beginning of the relationship, if those were happening, you would be like, oh, hell no, that's not something I'm going to stand for. But because you've become so used to it, it's become just part of a daily life for you, because slowly it's changed. You find yourself unable to actually get out of those patterns. And then that's where the danger comes, because you can't see that there's a problem because you're so used to it being just your standard life.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so then it kind of calls to bear communities or the people around you that maybe should also be waving, saying, pay attention to this thing. I don't know, Melise, you can weigh in here. When it comes to communities getting together, rallying together during tragedy, after tragedy, can they provide meaningful support to survivors?
It depends. The problem we have, I think, as a society is that we don't understand what Bella just described, which is called coercive control. We have zero understanding of what that looks like and how it starts. But we have a bigger problem. South Africans come from apartheid, right? We haven't dealt with the trauma from that time and what it caused in our family systems, which makes us much more susceptible to these types of relationships. When it comes to tragedy as well, we don't know how to adequately emotionally support people going through it. So what tends to happen is, because you come from a family system that normalizes this behavior, they tend to cut you off, because how do they support something that is against what they are familiar with? It's such a process, and every family member passes it down to the next one. But unless we can have meaningful conversations at the dinner table about things like coercive control, what that even looks like from a micro level, then we can't really have any meaningful change within the entire country, I think, as a whole.
Then we can all take it upon ourselves to, I think, do a little bit better, each and every one of us. Social media can also, you know, play its role in all of this. It can be on both sides of the coin, a bit of good, a bit of bad, maybe cause some harm, but also inspire change in many ways, which I know you guys do every single day. So when it comes to sharing victim stories, what is that fine line? Because we do want to create awareness, but also we want to be cautious about it.
I think you kind of need to ask yourself, you know, by sharing the story, is it doing more good than harm? And at the center of it, I mean, you need to protect the victim, you need to protect the survivor. So whatever you're doing, you need to remember that trauma is not entertainment, that this is not some fairy tale narrative you're sharing. This is a real person experiencing the worst moments of their life, or a family having to live through the worst moments of their life. And so you need to be cognizant, you know, going forward of what you decide to speak about.
And Melise, on the side, people are sharing as well. Do you find that it still makes an impact? Do you find that people have just become, oh, there's another post? What has the response been like on your side?
It's interesting. It depends on what's going on at the time. So we'll see shifts. There's ebbs and flows. I do hear from people often that sometimes it's too much for them to handle, but they go and come back. See, I think we think social media is the static place where people are going to come and stay forever. But they move through seasons of their lives, and sometimes something has a bigger effect on them, and other times it doesn't. So some of the cases that go viral, for instance, they get a lot of attention, then people come back and they want to engage a little bit more. They want to find out how much maybe they could know about a situation in their lives. I think it's good for that reason, but I do not think people should be constantly focusing on people who are dying from femicide every day. It's traumatizing to recognize, to see that all of the time. But it's a good thing that when you need it, you'll come back, because the information is always going to be available. We're not going anywhere.
100%, and the reality doesn't change.
Exactly.
I mean, South Africa's top 5 in the world when it comes to femicide, so it's a conversation we do need to be having, and the both of you do so incredibly well, with sensitivity and with grace. So thank you so much for sharing and using your platforms to, of course, shift the needle, as we mentioned. And if we take it back 70 years, it does show us that ordinary South Africans really can make a difference in everyday lives and, of course, change the course of history. So let's do our part, not only on this Women's Day, but every day going forward.
Oh, thank you so much for taking us there. But I think most importantly, ladies, for taking us there every day. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but you keep yourself in that trauma zone so that you can help others. And we really do appreciate you for that. So thank you. And we plug into what you're putting down every day as well. So we put you guys to the task to tackle this particular question. And Sash, I'm really interested to hear her response. But fresh out of Women's Day, obviously, yesterday, we asked you guys, what's that one thing that women should stop apologizing for? Before we take it to our viewers, Sash, what's that one thing that you are hard on yourself about? Do you apologize anymore for anything? Because you are very strong within yourself.
Yeah, I don't apologize. I'm unapologetic. But I know a lot of friends and family of mine, you know, they go through this phase where everything needs to be perfect. So I feel like they need to stop. Stop apologizing.
Who's that for? Who's that perfection for, ultimately? Is it for someone else? Is it the societal set expectation?
100%.
Who are you trying to do that? You're going to get there and realize it's all a load of nonsense.
Yeah.
But we don't all start like that. So let's hopefully urge you along the way and see what our amazing team have said. And Linda Tolo is definitely a part of the family. Yeah, she says, good morning, Expresso. So family, women must not apologize for being successful. I agree with that completely, Linda. Nama Banu is another regular contributor. Thank you so much, Nama. I think women should stop apologizing for being strong, confident, and unapologetic about their goals and aspirations. It's time to break free from societal norms and expectations. Oh, please, can we squeeze in one more? Geraldine Ari saying, good morning, Expresso Morning Show. I don't apologize for things I didn't do wrong. Some people will blame a person for things which weren't done by me. Okay, some people are obviously just feeling it this morning, and that's okay. We are on your side. We are in your corner today. But the bottom line is, I think if you're waiting for someone to give you permission, it ain't going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Going to smash down that door. Can I ask permission, though, to taste these beautiful arancini balls that you created with your own 2 hands?
Yes.
So she's an amazing chef, okay?
Thank you.
Even if I am here to distract her. Okay, so what is going into this? What should my little palate be bracing for?
Okay, so you want to kind of go in from the middle.
Okay, so you've
because
got...
that's where the
look at that.
So it's cream cheese, and then it's obviously
getting a little bit of everything.
And then some nap sauce. Yes.
Why is it called a nap sauce? Do you know?
I think it's from a certain region in Italy. Is that good? Oh, I'm so glad you love it.
It is beautiful. And look, there was a nervy moment because seafood and me, we've got an interesting journey.
Yeah.
And in particular, mussels, because they are so strong and they can be really, really funky. But that is beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Wow. Minus the char, even. I would have given it a bit more Graham char, okay? But Sashali's version, absolutely amazing. We are going to continue to celebrate the power of sport for young girls in the most dramatic way after this. If you need that energy in your life, stick around. I'm going to get more of this energy in my life. Very nice.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. I think you can see by just purely the size of my smile how important this next conversation is for me and every young woman out there right now. Every generation of women has the power to shape the next. It's incumbent on you, in fact. And some of the most meaningful change begins long before a girl enters the workplace. There is magic in sport. And Adele Bergman, she understands as founding director of Activate Her. Look it up. Join the movement. She joins us to share how sport, play and mentorship are helping girls across Cape Town build confidence, discover their strengths and realize their potential. Can we give her a round of applause from our non-existent studio audience?
Thank you.
I figure if I drop enough hints, Adele, I'll get a live studio audience. But I know when a woman does something like you are doing, it comes with a tribe. It comes with other women rallying to what you are doing. So congratulations on what you've created. Why do you need to activate her? What's the ethos here?
Gosh.
Come on, girl.
So many reasons. First and foremost, play is a children's right. And oftentimes, girls are left out of that equation. I think in South Africa, there's a very challenging landscape and opportunities are unequal. And so the reason Activate Her exists is to be able to hold these spaces for girls to just be little girls, to discover their bodies, have so much fun, really explore what they're capable of, and do it in a really positive, fun environment.
Exactly, and find their tribe. Yes. I use that word a lot today because we are starting to now scientifically establish that success as an adult for young girls is found in sport. Not success in sport,
right.
Success in life.
Yep.
Why is this the case?
So leadership skills are so core to what sport and play helps to curate. And for us being in environments where girls are able to practice those skills, whether it's communication, problem solving, goal setting.
Fail safely.
Exactly. And so
I love it.
That's not something that is easily learned in a classroom environment, but through play and through working with a team, girls are able to really experiment and put on these different leadership skills, both as a peer as well as maybe a captain in one of our sessions. And so just try that out for size and feel really comfortable in being leaders that ideally snowballs into what they become as young women.
And we're seeing it in leadership today now, once that loop circles itself. And we work with big organizations, some of the biggest banks in the world that have rested their hat on female leadership, and now it's coming to bear how the soft skills on that side of life are dominating at the moment, which I love. This can start at 3 years old. What a button to push to empower a young woman with that connection to self. Why is it so important to start this narrative as early as possible?
Yeah, so it's so much fun to see.
It's the best way of living.
Playing.
Exactly.
So we need early intervention. I think oftentimes in the sport for development landscape, the programs are coming for high school girls, which is great. We need all of the programs, but
that's supplementary.
Exactly. So Activate Her very intentionally starts with girls' point of entry into school and normalizes that play is really part and parcel of what being a girl child is all about. And unfortunately, we live in a world where there are a lot of predetermined ideas of what girls playing looks like. And so when you ask a girl maybe what their favorite sport is, they might say it's netball. Ideally, we love netball, but we want to showcase to girls that there's such a wide variety of different ways that we can move and that we can build strong, confident young women. And so the 3-year-olds playing, first and foremost, is building those foundational movements to allow them to succeed in sports.
Exactly. And just having core strengths will allow them to succeed at school in a way that we often misidentify.
Right, exactly. And so for us, you can't run before you walk, right? So getting girls the opportunity to develop their hand-eye coordination before they're handed a cricket ball. Because we know then the confidence levels in girls, what happens is girls don't return to practice the second day if they feel embarrassed that they've made a mistake. And so the 3-year-old intervention and kind of our first initial program, which is called Move Her, is really about just establishing that sense of body knowledge and understanding so that by the time they get to more structured play, they feel capable, they feel empowered that they can do these things.
And you put them into a martial arts, a gymnastics, a dance where they do get empowered physically and they actually can do it. They can look after themselves. My daughter does karate at quite a high level now for someone her age. And I love the fact that all the young girls in this area, when you talk about hit or kick like a girl, I can remember a tournament ending with one of the sensei's daughters getting an ip on a full 2 points by stopping a head kick just next to this boy's face like this. And looking at my daughter's eyes in that moment, she saw no difference between boys and girls through that lens. If people want to connect very quickly, how can they connect and activate her?
Yes, reach out to us. Our website is www.activateher.org or follow us on social media. We love building more champions in our work and are really just appreciative to get more girls moving to brighter futures.
Oh man, and that's for them. They are the big winners here, not the parents living vicariously through our children. This is about life skills, soft skills, about leadership and core strength, but also about finding your tribe. So we love you for this. Thank you so much.
Oh, we love celebrating women on the show and also love celebrating food. And when those two come together, my goodness. Now, our celebration of women have shaped Sasha's life continues with a comforting main course that proves that everyday ingredients can still feel super duper special. Now, we have to use budget-friendly smoked salmon, of course. This is something she's introducing me to. It's the offcuts of the smoked salmon, and she's making a luxurious Tuscan-style penne with spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, parmesan crisp as well, sharing the story of the woman who inspired this. Now, I love the fact that you're plugging me time in and time out, Sasha. Just 1 second. Can we have a moment for this?
Yes.
Smoked salmon offcuts.
Offcuts, yes.
Because we know the price of salmon in and of itself. And this is a bougie on a budget.
This is a bougie on a budget. So for this quantity, this bowl is about 50 Rand.
50 smackaroonies.
My idea for today's dish was to show you how versatile offcuts could be.
Wow.
But also show how it can be presented and elevated. We can do bougie on a budget. And, you know, we grew up in a huge family where we kind of have to make that one protein stretch. So pasta was always a way to incorporate and stretch some yummy food. So that's what we're going to do today.
Wow, I love this. I'm going to incorporate it. I was telling Sasha too, you could even make like salmon fish cakes out of this. And I feel like it would be so stunning as well. So what do we have in our pan already?
So in our pan, we have some garlic toasting lovely with some sun-dried tomato as well as some fresh spinach, salt, pepper, and a little bit of smoked paprika. And now we're just going to add our salmon offcuts in here.
I love that because all the flavors already come punching.
Oh, yeah. You
don't need salmon has got a lot.
It's got flavor. You don't need to over-salt this because the salmon is quite salty already. And it's got a beautiful smokiness to it.
Oh, Sash, the smell alone is sending me. It's so good. And then we've got some ingredients to make it a bit more creamy.
Yes.
And it's Tuscan style. That's Italian, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we don't need to overcook the salmon. It cooks in the sauce quite nicely. It takes a few minutes. I'm just going to add some cream into the pan.
Lovely. So it's a bit indulgent too. I love to see it.
And then we're going to add some Parmesan cheese and a little bit of lemon zest.
Oh, nice. The lemon zest just adds that bit of tang that you need with fish?
It just lifts all the flavors of the fish. Lemon and fish go well together. And we're just using the zest. And
why not the juice?
Because we don't want to let the cream and the actual lemon juice touch each other right now because it might curdle.
Curdle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we don't want any. Lemon curd is not what we're going for.
We want that smell and we want that sulkiness.
Without the risk of the curdle.
Without the risk of splitting the sauce, yes.
Oh my gosh, that looks incredible already. And we're not holding back when it comes to all of the flavor. We've got some Parmesan in there too. We're going to throw in butter, some more garlic it seems too. All right, so Sasha's going to go ahead and do this as we give her a huge congratulations. In fact, everyone stand by for an applause because you've just been nominated for 40 Under 40 in the hospitality category. Come on, everybody. Woo! Sash, congratulations.
Thank you,
This
thank you.
is incredible. I mean, for us, it's a no-brainer. This girl is taking it. You know what I'm saying? But how did you feel when you first found out the news? Who was the first person you told? How did you celebrate?
So I got an email saying you've been nominated, and I was like, wow, this is such a huge achievement. It kind of solidifies everything that I've been working so hard towards over the last couple of years in the industry, in the hospitality space. So to be recognized, I really feel overwhelmed with love and appreciation. I just want to give whoever sponsored me or whoever nominated me a huge thank you. Oh wow, look at those votes.
Yeah, look at them, and they keep on counting. Rumor has it that you're in the lead. I'm just saying, okay? So how do people continue to vote? Is there a link? Is there a number?
Yes, so I'm on my Instagram page, which is Sasha Lee Small. You can just go in there and click there's a link in my bio where you can go and you can vote for me.
Oh my goodness, and vote please. I don't even need to beg or ask you twice. Zanzi's got your back entirely.
Thank you so much.
You're part of the Expresso family now officially. I'm just saying.
Thank
and I
you.
feel like we definitely have to bring this one home. I mean, look at the awards around you. Now we can just continue adding to it too. All right, so we've got some delicious pasta going. Wait, we didn't add any of the...
So we did cook the garlic down with the sun-dried tomato.
You're right.
Depending if you want to add more, I mean, it's...
You know, we're good. We had some mussels earlier, Sash.
Okay.
Talking to the guests like, hi.
Whispering. I love it. Okay, so we're just going to add some pasta.
Some cooked pasta
cooked
too.
pasta.
This is nice for leftover pasta.
Oh, this is the perfect recipe for leftover pasta.
Oh, man.
I think traditionally we did this with mince growing up.
Of
Mince
course.
and pasta was like a go-to feed the nation type of dish, and so now we can still do a bougie element of this.
And it's cheaper than mince, to be honest.
It is cheaper than the price of beef right now.
So could you substitute the salmon for anything else, like a tuna or...
You can do chicken.
You could do chicken.
I actually first found this recipe making it with chicken, and I just love salmon. I'm like a huge fan of salmon. When I looked at the cost of salmon, I was like, okay.
How can we do this?
Yeah, how can we do this? And
On
when
a
I found this delicious way of...
Gorgeous. Bringing it to Italy to South Africa, essentially, is what we're doing. All right, we need to jump into a quick ad break, but I'm so curious how the what are these called? The crisps?
That is called a Parmesan crisp.
How the
I made
crisp
this
goes
one
on
in
top.
the pan. Just going to add a little bit of extra
Okay, a little bit of cheese, and then the cheese of all... Gorgeous. We said bougie on a budget. Exactly that. I can't wait to get into an ad break. We're going to taste this and then come back and tell you that it's obviously a 10 out of 10. Don't forget to vote for my girl, Sash, and we'll see you straight after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, it is indeed, and thank you for joining us this morning. We have cooked, we have spoken about many things, but right now we have to get into that artist box as Artscape celebrates the 20th Women's Humanity Festival, but also honors 70 years since the historic 1956 Women's March. Now, one of the festival's highlights is a celebration of the remarkable career of the gorgeous and talented Thandi Swartboy. Now, the award-winning dancer, choreographer, educator, and cultural activist, among many other titles, is joining us right now to reflect on 4 decades of using the arts to inspire and also empower and uplift communities. That deserves a feel-good welcome, everybody. The gorgeous Thandi, welcome, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me there.
Of course, we are celebrating this morning, and this is what I'm here for. Your outfit is incredible, so deserving of all the camera work. Please, can we zoom in? But as we know, this year marks 40 years of your contribution to South African arts and culture, which is an incredible feat, the consistency that you've put in over the years. Looking back, what are some of those moments that really shaped you as an artist and made you become the leader that you are within your space?
Firstly, I would say growing up in the dusty streets of Gugulethu in Cape Town, I'm very proud of that. We call it Gugs Pakama. So now I tried my best to make sure that I uplift the name of Gugulethu Township.
That's beautiful, and you have done an incredible job at doing that. If I see the young artists coming from Goose to this day, proudly so as well, know that you've definitely made your stamp and your mark. So let's talk a bit more about your work through Women Unite and also the Thandi Arts Academy, using your work to empower the next generation and to empower other women for decades. Why do you believe that the arts, the space that you work in, is such a powerful tool for change?
Being in the arts for 40 years now, I'm very privileged, and also I'm privileged to be the one that is being honored as an artist, a creative worker, to stand in front of all the kids and also to mentor them, to mentor the women and all that. So I feel so much grateful to God and also my ancestors. My parents, they allowed me when I grew up early in the 80s. In my street, I started training young ones, girls, and then those girls that I started to train at the age of 16. So I took them, we were invited to go and be part of Michael Jackson show. The 2 shows at the Greenpoint Stadium, then the 20 of my girls, some of them are here, my niece and others. And then also was invited, we went to Road to Fame, and then we won the 2nd prize. That is when the commitment and evolved up until I opened up in 1997, the Women Unite.
Incredible work. I mean, when you said MJ, we already knew that we were in great company, if you weren't already aware, as we are chatting to Thandi Swartboy. Now, the Artscape is currently putting on something incredible, the Women's Humanity Festival. And I love the theme. We've been chatting about it since the beginning of August. A Place for All. Focuses on women, their stories, their backgrounds. So how does your own journey reflect that as well? And what are you taking away from the celebration?
From Artscape, for starters, I grew up at Artscape. This is where everything started with me and Women Unite. We've been having shows, I do productions, they give me the space to do all those things. And then I'm also privileged to be managed by Cultural Affairs and Sport. They will support all the productions that I did at Artscape. So now this year, it's a Women in Action. Through Artscape, a Woman Zone, Women in Humanity. So now in that thing, the action, Women in Action, the action I've already done because I started with opening up the Thandi Arts Academy, that's one act, and then coming from that, and then I opened up the Women's Marimba Band with the aim of empowering them through the arts.
Sure. Incredible. Thandi, thank you for the work that you've done, and we wish you 40 more years of absolute success and goodness, and we can't wait to see the performance that you're putting on for us today. We heard some bits and saw it during the sound break as well, at least the ad break, and we can't wait to get into it. Thandi Swartboy joins us this morning. The legend is right here in our midst.
Before we let those healing rhythms wash over us, it's exactly the top of the hour. Time to get back into our national and international news. But we start here on South African soil on a vitally important day. Thousands of women receiving maintenance through the Justice Department's garnishia system are struggling to access payments as we speak, with some unpaid since last month. Now, the department has cited a glitch and promised an explanation to come. Now, child maintenance difficulties South Africa Felicity Guest says that Guardian Fund and Mojo Pay payments are affected in those two lanes. She says officials referred to suspicious activity and freezing the system, raising concerns over whether the disruption resulted from an actual cyber attack, maybe a ransom demand or internal problems. And obviously affected families are demanding clarity and payment. And that reinforced by the day we are celebrating or commemorating today. Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa says women still do not have an equal share of the country's wealth, land and enterprises, some 70 years after 20,000 women marched against apartheid pass laws. Now, addressing Women's Day commemorations at the Union Buildings, the very same venue associated with the 1956 silent protest, Ramaphosa said far too many women remain unemployed, earn less than men and carry unpaid caregiving responsibilities. And he says government is working to change this by creating equal opportunities and addressing economic inequalities nationwide. So I'm sure the previous story mentioned is getting very special attention this morning. Now let's cast a wiser gaze and enter into Sudan's ongoing war, which is threatening the Meroe Pyramids, a UNESCO World Heritage Site dating back more than 2,800 years. So the complex contains over 200 pyramids, in fact, built as royal tombs for the ancient kingdom of Kush. And archaeologists say that war, climate change and halted preservation efforts are accelerating the deterioration of stones falling and salt-damaging inscriptions as well. This is a piece of living history that is fading fast. And once Sudan's most visited heritage site, Meroe has now been largely abandoned since fighting began in 2023, leaving the ancient structures increasingly vulnerable to harsh desert environment and the effects thereof. Now, we cross to an ongoing dispute that has reborn as Israel has rejected U.S. President Donald Trump's 15-point Gaza peace plan, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu insisting Israeli forces will not withdraw until Hamas is completely disarmed. So Netanyahu said Israel rejects any arrangement involving partial disarmament and ruled out a Palestinian state under his leadership. The stance marks a rare public disagreement with Washington. Trump had said that Hamas agreed to surrender its weapons. Meanwhile, Israeli strikes have continued despite a ceasefire, with Palestinian officials now reporting about 100,200 deaths since October last year. Now we round off with this story for the Willis family. I'm sure a small silver lining after the troubling years that they have had recently. Tallulah Willis, daughter of the famous Bruce Willis and Demi Moore, has married musician Justin Acey in an intimate ceremony in Sun Valley in Idaho. So Willis wore a custom Balenciaga gown, as one does, designed by Pier Paolo Piccioli, with reportedly it took 712 hours to create. Wow. Including hand-applied embroidery and a 9-hour veil creation as well that we don't get to see here. Absolutely beautiful, though. Willis and Acey began dating in 2023. They became engaged on Christmas Eve, in fact, of 2024. And reflecting on the wedding, Willis said she and Acey had promised to choose each other every day, which is a great starting point for the marriage. And her sisters, Ruma and Scout, also joined her during the dress fitting while her family celebrated the couple's journey into marriage. So we send them lots of love from the Expresso family from the other side of the world. The world needs a little more love like that. Well, no love lost in our football. In fact, all sporting lanes. Now let's get into some of those headlines. Let's kick it off with the African connection as we have to, and a bit of pull for Banyana, but let's see who's through in WAFCON. So the Women's Africa Cup of Nations delivered some major quarterfinal drama over the weekend. The four now confirmed. 9-time champions Nigeria are out. They suffered a shock 1-0 defeat to Cameroon. Then Malawi edged out Ghana, another big gun, 2-1. they're out. Algeria booked their place with a 2-1 win over Cote d'Ivoire. Another major gun out. And then, of course, Morocco, the hosts, ended South Africa's campaign with a 2-1 victory to see them progress as well. Tough one for Banyana this time out. Some questions, I think, about the squad and what needs to happen there. Now we got goals and more goals as the knockout action continued locally. The MTN 8 quarterfinals produced drama and one of the weekend's biggest surprises as well. So let's get the tail of the tape. Sekokune United edged out Amazulu 4-3 in a 7-goal thriller. Absolute cracker, that one. Then Golden Arrows, they stunned Kaizer Chiefs 1-0. Orlando Pirates, they looked a bit nervy. They needed extra time to beat Durban City 2-1. And then Mamelodi Sundowns, they also survive a late scare to defeat Polokwane City 3-2 in a 5-goal thriller. We love this for the fans. Keep the goals coming. Now we got onto a different level of Currie Cup action over this weekend as well. We were treated to pure drama as 4 high-octane round 4 encounters went down to the wire, just points in it. So the Pumas edged out the Blue Bulls, impressively so, 33-31 in their nail-biter, while the Free State Cheetahs, they looked great, securing a 31-26 win over the Stormers. And then the Griquas, they outpowered a very strong Lions outfit, 31-19, and the Sharks 15, they held firm for a memorable 19-12 win over the Boerland Cavaliers, who have been very strong. Currie Cup showing just how strong all levels of South African rugby are right now. Now let's round off with a brilliant tour and a phenomenal performance throughout from Demi Follering. She crowned a dominant campaign in yellow by winning the Tour de France Femme and claiming her second career yellow jersey now. So starting that final stage in Nice with just 4 seconds separating her and the closest rider, the Dutch star won that decisive 99-kilometer stage to become the first rider to win the Tour de France Femme twice. She is creating a legacy, and I have a feeling she's just getting going. But that's where we leave our sport for now. Hopefully not too much to report on. If you are heading to work on this important day, let's get you there safely.
Well, thanks, Gray. Let's see what the roads are doing out in Cape Town. In Bunga, an accident has been reported on the N2 outbound after Bunga. Now, the right lane is currently closed, so motorists can expect delays and are advised to, of course, allow for some extra travel time as they head on out. Well, that is where we leave your roads for now. Let's head straight into your weather. Getting started in Polokwane, where you'll spend your day under cloudy skies with the rain that is chanced at 40%. Your temperatures will range from a cold 7 degrees to a warmer 25. As we go into the week, the next 2 days bring cloudy and wet conditions, with tomorrow's rain chanced sitting at 80%. And then out in Klerksdorp today, you can expect rain forecast at 85% under some cloudy skies. Now, temperatures will start from a low of 4 and then work its way up to a high of 12. Tomorrow ushers in cloudy conditions with rain chanced at 55%, with temperatures moving between 5 and 12. That brings us over to Pretoria, where a cloudy day lies ahead with rain forecast at 75%. Temperatures will range between a chilly 7 and a high of 18. As we head into the week, cloudy and wet conditions will persist with rain forecast at 90% tomorrow. It will ease slightly by midweek. And then out in the city of gold in Johannesburg, rainy conditions dominate your day today. That's chanced at 90%. A very cold start of 2 degrees that rises to 13. Now look out for tomorrow as rain and snow is forecast at 80%, with temperatures sitting between 3 and 6. Mbombela, on your side of town, your Monday will be cloudy with rain forecast at 40%. Temperatures will move from a chilly 10 to that high sitting at 17. As we head into the new week, the next 2 days will bring you some rainy conditions, with Tuesday sitting at 85 and on Wednesday just 50%. And then out in Bloemfontein, expect a partly cloudy day with winds at 32 kilometers per hour. Your low is sitting at 2 and your high is maxing out at 9 degrees. Now, cloudy skies will persist with conditions gradually clearing as the week progresses. Your temperatures will move in those mid-teens. And then out in Richards Bay, windy conditions are forecast at 43 kilometers per hour with rain chanced at 95%. Your temperatures will they'll sit between a warming 14 and a set high at 18 degrees. Now you are in for a wet week ahead with rain averaging around 73% with temperature highs in those upper teens. Let's see what Durban has to offer. Now, rain is likely at 95%, with winds reaching 35 kilometers per hour. As for your temperatures, it will range between 12 and 16. Now, looking ahead, grey skies and rainy conditions are forecast for the whole week, peaking today and tomorrow at 95%. All right, then into Mthatha we go, where your afternoon turns wet. There's a 60% chance of rain that will meet you there. Temperatures start at a nippy 5 before rising to a high of 11. Rain takes center stage early in the week with a 70% chance tomorrow, easing to 35% by Wednesday. Uba, on your side, a wet afternoon is on the cards with southerly winds of 26 kilometers per hour. Your temperatures will range from a crisp 3 to a high of 11 degrees. Now, grey skies will take over your day tomorrow with temperatures ranging from a low of 3 to that high sitting at 13. That brings us over to Kugompo City, where you can expect a windy Monday with afternoon rain forecast at 90%. Now, your temperatures will range from a brisk 9 to a high sitting at 14 degrees. And as the day does progress, rain chances will ease from 90% today to 70% tomorrow. Out in Ebeja, GQ today, your skies will become cloudy and rain will be forecast at 75%. As for your temperatures, it will start from a chilly 8 and climb to 14 as your high. Now, the coming days will see temperatures in those mid to high teens, with rain chance sitting at 55% tomorrow. And then out in the gorgeous George, grey skies will define your day. Rain is likely sitting at 75%. Temperatures will drift from a cold 7 to a high of 11. And as we go into the week, sunny skies will dominate your days, with daytime highs peaking at 23 degrees come Friday and Saturday. And then out in the mother city, out in Cape Town, morning rain will be accompanied by strong southeasterly winds at 37 kilometers per hour. Expect temperatures to climb from a cold 9 to a high of 15 degrees. As we look ahead, your week will be dominated by sun-filled skies and pleasantly warmer temperatures, maxing at 23 on Thursday. Sutherland, on your side, wet conditions are expected with southeasterly winds sitting at 32 kilometers per hour. Temperatures range from a frosty -1 to a high of 6. Now, strong winds will sweep through over the next couple of days, bringing cooler conditions. Your temperatures will still remain low. Kimberley, your turn next, where 60% chance of rain is on the cards for you, with winds traveling 37 kilometers per hour. Your temp will range between 3 and 11 with a 60% chance of rain. Now, partly cloudy and humid conditions are set for the coming days, with temperatures reaching 16 tomorrow. Finally, Uppington, on your side, today is predominantly partly cloudy skies that will lead the way. Temperatures range from a cold 4 to a high of 17. Now, tomorrow brings sunny skies with temperatures reaching a warm high of 21 with a low of 7. Cold weather across the country. Hopefully it'll warm up a little bit later on as the rest of the month develops. For now, though, let's see what you did when it came to your Good Morning View. Now, we started out in Gauteng in Boksburg, where Caden van der Berg gave us this one. And it is absolutely gorgeous. Well done. And thank you for just making Gauteng look so good at this time of the morning. And then we jumped straight into Kugompo City. This is my favorite so far. Keith, thank you for getting in touch. That's Keith Dyer, of course, who captured this good morning scene. Anytime a beach is involved, it's a yes from me. And then finally, Fancy Nancy Govender from Pennington, KZN, giving us a look on a different side of life. Straight in the middle of that pathway, the sky decided to show off so incredibly beautifully. So thank you so much for stopping traffic, Fancy Nancy, to make sure that we do exactly this. And that smile, of course, from your gorgeous morning sunrise view. 0630369649. Today's the perfect day to snap away. You're probably on holiday somewhere or at home. So make sure that you hit us up on our WhatsApp line to let us know what your morning's looking like as we get into the final hour of your show.
So what's the long-term forecast, my weather friend? Well, the clouds are starting to part and we are seeing black girl rising, the next generation of climate change leaders. They are ready to set the tone and the example, not to point a finger, but to pick up that mantle and do it for themselves. And we love this as we continue to commemorate Women's Day. Then Tiny White Boy is here with an incredible ensemble to show us the power of the arts and what that can mean for, I think, the development, yes, of the industry, but for each individual woman represented in the show, a very, very powerful moment. And we plug in after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, welcome back and thank you for joining us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've had a mixed bag filled with topics this morning, of course, all focusing on the best of the best, and that is the women of South Africa, from the young girls that have made such a difference to, of course, the women that are leading the way. Right now, we're talking about climate change, something that we cannot ignore for any longer. It's reshaping lives across Africa. But some of the strongest voices driving solutions are our young women leading change in their very own communities. Now, today, we are joined by incredible young individuals. Xoli Fuyani, founder and director of Black Girls Rising. I love the name. And then also we've got some program beneficiaries. We've got Likanyisa as well as Yolo who join us this morning, just talking about how they're empowering the next generation of climate justice leaders and why girls are at the heart of building a more sustainable future. So let's give them a feel good welcome, everybody. Oh, the girlies are up. I love to see it. Welcome, ladies, and thank you so much for joining us here this morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. Oli, let's start with you as well when it comes to this. I'm so curious about the inspiration behind this. Also the name. Come on, the name in and of itself is so good. Black Girls Rising, like the temperatures in Mzansi.
Exactly.
So tell me a bit more about it.
Well, I mean, I've been in the climate space for the past decade, and working in that space, I think I was seeing how the marginalized communities were already facing the realities of climate change, specifically girls and women, but yet their voices and lived experiences were not being considered in the climate discourse or negotiations. And I truly wanted to create something where we could mentor these beautiful young girls to be leaders, to also create solutions for their own communities.
I love to see it. I just want to get the merch. I said, where do we get these hoodies from? Because sign me up immediately. I mean, let's come to you, Lika, as well, and ask a little bit more about your journey in this space. You look the part. You've got the hoodie going as well. How has being part of this program really changed your perspective on climate and on how you approach life now?
Interesting question. My journey at Black Girls Rising has been an amazing journey. Filled with challenges, of course. Challenges that we couldn't ignore for a long time. Living in marginalized areas and seeing the girls not having knowledge about what's going on and how their rights are being violated, you know. And I think I will be forever grateful that I got into the space and be the voices of the unspoken people, you know. And yeah, man, there's a lot. I'm also part of the water justice, where we focus on the polluted water in our communities and the water scarcity. I think last month, we just produced a film based on the water scarcities in our communities, telling the stories, you know. So it's been an amazing journey. It's been an amazing journey. I'm forever grateful to experience that.
And you know what? I love to hear it because when it comes to climate change and climate action, people often get overwhelmed. They're like, oh, it's not my problem. It's too big for me to even tackle. But here are some very practical ways that we are doing it and tackling it from the marginalized communities and the marginalized people, being women of color in South Africa. This is how we do it. And the future just looks so bright. Thank you, ladies. I mean, on your side, Yola, we'll also get into what climate or environmental issues you're most passionate about. We heard about water. Let's hear about what you're saying as well. And how has being part of Black Girl Rising inspired you to take action?
Oh, thank you for the question. I am also part of Water Justice Program. So that's my passion. That's what I am most passionate about. Especially the impact it has on communities such as mine. Through Black Girls Rising, I've learned that young people can also be part of the solution and use their voice to acknowledge and spread out the word. And the thing is, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yes. So it helped me use my voice and to work with others and also to take action in my community.
I love it. Now, when you two speak, do people listen? Do they listen? They must listen. Not always.
Not always. Not always. I mean, some are just like, well, it's a no, you know? And I think that's the biggest challenge that we currently have, that people are just like, it's been going on, so who do you think you are to change it?
To make a difference.
Yeah, so, some do, but... And I also think the reason why people don't listen is because they don't have the knowledge, you know? So they're not educated about these things, so... Yeah, it's quite challenging, you know.
Of course. I'm going to throw something out there, and I would love all of you to actually respond to this as well. That if you could leave young girls in not only South Africa, but in Africa, because the footprint of the show goes everywhere, right? What is one message about climate justice and also leadership that you would love for them to embrace for themselves and step out there with more confidence?
Yeah.
Can start with you, Oli.
I guess I would say that, like, look at what issues are impacting your immediate communities, and that could be water access, it could be pollution, it could be any issue, and start small. Because often, like, we think about creating solutions, and when we think about creating solutions, we think about big ideas. But it could really start at home, you know, by being conscious about your water usage, being conscious about, like, where do you buy your food? Like, who's growing? Do we have access to land to grow food? And those little solutions, they create bigger impact. So start small and use your voice.
I love that. Graham always reminds me, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Exactly.
One incremental step at a time. Ladies, to the young girls watching right now?
I think I would say the climate crisis is bigger, but so are you, you know? Lead with courage. I know it gets tough, it gets challenging, but you are the girl you think you are, and just embrace it, you know?
I love that. Yola, on your side?
I would tell them that they should believe in themselves and remember that, not be afraid to use their voice and to be a leader that leads. They should remember that their age does not make their voices less important, so they should stand up for what they believe and protect the environment, and also be the leader the world needs.
Yeah, I love that. Can you see the work that you are doing.
exactly.
It is absolutely impactful. Me, I'm inspired today. So, Oli, thank you for the work that you do. Ladies, thank you for the work you'll continue to do as well. And thank you for supporting and encouraging other young girls to do exactly the same thing. And yes, we're talking to you, Mzansi, as well. Now, if you'd like to get involved with all of this, we'll leave the social handles on our Expresso social media pages. You can find it at Expresso Show. And we definitely will continue down making a change in our lives and beyond.
Now, of course, the Tandi Swartboy celebration is happening on the 14th and 15th of this month at the incredible Artscape Arena. I'm not even going to mention how inexpensive the tickets are because I think it's ridiculous. But go and search on web tickets. You will get them at a steal. But she is about to perform with her incredible ensemble right now, a number that's going to get you moving and feeling the power of this sisterhood. This is titled Igama Lame Kosi Kazi. Please take it away. Ladies, the stage is yours.
Igama lama kosi kazima libangwe. Igama lama kosi kazima libongwe. Malibongwe, 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 malibongwe. Igama lama kosi kazima libongwe.
such joy, such celebration. I want you, if you can, for just a moment, to cast your mind back to 70 years ago, what it would have taken for women to gather, set against that reality, set against that emotional pain, to stand together for each other, for the girls that are alive today. Thank you for carrying that message so powerfully across today, and thank you for bringing a little love and light into this conversation as well, because we need it today, desperately. Absolutely amazing. Web Tickets is where you get your tickets at a steal. You better be there to support Thandi Swapwe and this incredible movement around her. We'll get one more performance. We'll see you now. Thank you, ladies.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, welcome back to A Narrative, something that we preach a lot on the show, but it's about to get a major upgrade. Being proactive about your health shouldn't start and end with your doctor's office. It is shaped by those small choices that we make every day that begin to add up. Well, a new app is set to change how we approach holistic well-being. Pharmacodynamics has launched the brilliant My Dynamics. It's an all-in-one digital platform that is designed to support healthier habits daily through personalized tools and a lot of great guidance. And joining us now to give her personal perspective and, as always, a little bit of guidance is Nicole Jennings, who is the Senior Manager of Digital Transformation and Corporate Affairs at the incredible Pharmacodynamics. She's been away and come back with a whole family. So good to connect with you again, Nicole. How are you and your gorgeous growing family as well?
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's lovely to be back again. Having a family now, I so much believe that we need to remember every day matters when it comes to taking care of our healthcare.
Let's talk about what inspired this, because I would imagine you've been flirting with this idea for a very long time. Why push the button?
Yes, all boils down to what you mentioned there. Healthcare is not just about visiting a doctor's office. It's not about annual checkups. Every day matters when it comes to healthcare. And it's about the small choices we make. What we eat, how much we move our body, whether we are tracking our progress. All of these things play such an important role. But life gets busy. You know, people often have jobs. They have families to maintain. There's so much information out there. So by funneling all of this into one user-friendly space where people can take care of the nutrition of their family, take care of themselves, we really believe that it will make it more sustainable for people to push through and focus on health.
We've got to get out of our own way sometimes. And I think I learned that lesson from Ryle with my own kind of health path, where we love to set up barriers and reasons why not to do it. let's set up some reasons why we should be doing it and prompt ourselves and teach our kids that culture through this. But when you say, I know when Pharmacodynamics says comprehensive, I know the awesome responsibility that that comes with. How have you been able to achieve that? Because you're going to have to differentiate against a lot of apps and a lot of information, as you put.
Absolutely. So firstly, we developed our app with a chronic patient in mind. So we're thinking about people who are potentially living with blood pressure,
Who are in it,
potentially living with diabetes. Very often these people are already a bit older by the time that they've been diagnosed. Again, that means that they have limited time available. So we really needed to simplify this process for them.
Brilliant.
Then, of course, as we always do, we pulled in our partners. So we pulled in our partners from the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Their dietitians vetted the meal plans for us. We also worked with biokineticists to develop our exercise plan, and we've put it all in a space where you can tailor it for your family and for your personal needs.
I love that. And I know you guys do a deep dive because, and I mentioned the word awesome before responsibility, because you get it. This is health, but it's not just our health. As a dad, this is how I protect my children, how I look after my wife, is leaning into what you do. But being personalized allows us, it's not just about giving us what we want. It can be a different way of guiding a person on that healthy journey. What does that look like in this space?
Yes, absolutely. So to give you an example, if you scan a Pharmacodynamics product that is linked to diabetes, the app will already ask you, would you like your meal plan to be diabetic friendly? Would you like to track your blood glucose levels? Would you like to track your waist circumference? Because we know that tracking those things are important for a patient with diabetes. Similarly to this, you can't be expected to cook a separate meal for yourself at night. So the meal plan will ask you, how many people are you cooking for? And then we don't say you need to eat this. We say, here are recipes developed by top chefs in South Africa. Build a meal plan for your family, and we will give you a shopping list to download and simplify this for you so you can actually start living a healthier lifestyle.
If we talk about tailored, if we want to get there, because there are going to be some people who love an app. If I'm thinking what my mother would do with an app like this, and she's been on a health journey, an odyssey, she will push it and she will get in. So can you maybe give us an example of how you really can tailor the support in this?
Yes, absolutely. So let's look at the exercise plan. So as an example, when you log in and you say, I want to exercise, we will ask you how much time you realistically have available to exercise. Not all of us are going to run a half marathon this year. Some of us want to get from 0 to 5 kilometers. And if that's all you can do and you have 3 half-an-hours a week, we can give you strength training. We can give you a training program right there.
Because there's a lot of health still to be had in 5 kilometers, in 200 meters.
That's where
get up and move.
The beginning basic phases, half an hour 3 times a week, will make such a big difference. So if you can just commit to that, then we can work together.
Day to day is often where we fall short. And it's so easy with the small choices to justify making the wrong one because of time, because of pressures, because of finance. This seems to turn that on its head. How does this become our daily companion to walk through a healthier life?
So we also very much had a focus here on how do we make sure people maintain this.
Yeah.
And this app interlinks with the calendar on your phone, whether you use Apple Calendar, a Google Calendar, it will interlink immediately. If you commit to 30 minutes of exercise, it blocks that time out for you. It also asks you to commit to a weekly check-in. So track, and celebrate. If you have lost weight, celebrate it, track it. If you have lost 1 centimeter around your waist, track it so that you can see your progress. There's motivational content as well, and the option to download and share. So whether you're working with a friend or with your doctor, you can download and share your progress.
Could it help you right now with a 5-month-old baby? What would you most lean into right now? Just remember to breathe, remember to sleep, I don't know.
So luckily for me, I was part of the user testing phase. So I've been using it. I'm literally downloading my weekly shopping list. I've cooked most of the recipes. They're divine. They also don't make you feel like you're, not enjoying your food anymore.
Caged in that health
because they've been developed by these fantastic chefs that we've partnered with. So for me, it really is a game changer in terms of saving time and making things realistic.
I love it. We're not going to call it a New Year's resolution at all. It's a daily companion that gets to know you and works with you. Thank you, Nicole. Absolutely amazing. So good to see you again, my friend. With the right support, small daily choices can lead to meaningful long-term change. Now, if you're a pharmacodynamics patient managing diabetes or high blood pressure right now, simply scan the QR code on your medication pack to access the brilliant My Dynamics and start benefiting from personalized tools, resources, and support where you need it most. Take that step towards a healthier, more informed future today.
To balance out the health, of course, we have to get back into the kitchen and make something that's kind of healthy. I mean, it's got lemon in it. And if it's got lemon, it's burning fat, surely. I don't make the rules. We're taking a tiramisu and definitely switching it up a little bit, adding some caramel popcorn that's made lemon popcorn, in fact, and all the good things coming your way. And then, of course, we've got a wonderful performance coming your way. Tandi Swart Boy still standing by with the team. Sash, thank you for ending on a sweet, sour note.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll see you on the other side of this break, and come hungry.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, there is something really exciting on the horizon. I've got to tell you more about it. What starts as an ordinary day quickly becomes a fight for survival when one suburban family's street mysteriously ends at the edge of a prehistoric world.
I mean, we've all been there. You wake up and suddenly there's a dinosaur staring through your bedroom window. How's this cast, though? Anne Hathaway, Ewan McGregor, enough said. The end of Oak Street is going to take us, well, a few million years into the past for the most thrilling sci-fi adventure we do not want to miss. So because of that, we are giving you guys the chance to win double tickets for you and a partner to go to an exclusive private screening in Johannesburg or Cape Town, and that's this Wednesday, the 12th of August.
This Wednesday coming. So please simply head to the Expresso social media pages, complete the Google entry form, choose your preferred screening city, and then answer a simple question. Here's the question. If you came face to face with a dinosaur, what would your first reaction be?
And you can send us a video if you want. That might actually help you. Want to see the face. Entries close at 12 o'clock midday on Tuesday, the 11th. That's tomorrow. So please, not a huge amount of time. And this looks like a great movie. So jump on board. You can find all the T's and C's on the Expresso website.
I love that. Okay, that does tell me that if I saw a dinosaur, I'd probably want to say, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. I'm not allowed into the kitchen now because I've been stealing too much of this lemony popcorn, okay?
We'll cook for you,
Oh,
Gray.
man, this is going to be the most delicious recipe ever made. If you love tiramisu and you love lemon meringue vibes, we are going to merge the two right now. Sasha is the only person crazy enough to do it.
And we love her crazy. We love her crazy all day, every day. When we say crazy, we mean it. Because tiramisu's traditionally done with espresso.
Yes.
And now we're doing lemon.
We're doing lemon.
Okay, so why the change up and what inspired this dish?
What inspired this dish is my gran had a lemon tree. So And my son, he calls himself Lemon.
Your son calls himself Lemon.
Yeah,
Good
that's
morning,
his little-
Lemon.
That's his little nickname. I've always loved lemons. I know how amazing and versatile they are in dishes and what they can do. And I discovered this amazing lemon-flavored caramel popcorn. And I was like,
why not?
What can I do with this? And I've obviously played around with a few concepts, and this is the one that stuck with me.
Sasha, mind-blowing, genius in the making. So we've got mint, lemon zest, that lemon popcorn.
Yes. Some lemon curd.
Lemon curd.
Yes, you can buy this out the jar or you can make your own.
Oh, that looks good. Meringues, and then what is this one?
This is a lemon simple syrup. It's just some sugar, water, and lemon zest cooked down till it's nice and syrupy.
And that replaces the espresso, I assume, for
Correct.
dunking, right?
Yes, correct.
And then, of course, we've got the cream. So let's get into it. Where do we begin?
So we are going to just soak our little lady fingers.
Nice.
And then place them down. So we're doing a little bit of a loose, deconstructed version. Normally you would make it in a tray, cut it out. So this we're gonna.
No, this is a serving for one, she said. So we're just making sure that Graham gets his lemon tiramisu this morning.
Okay, then we're gonna just pipe.
Then we're gonna pipe. Okay, let me help you pipe, but I want to see you do it first.
Okay, you can do the cream.
Okay, I'll do the cream.
I'll just cut that one. You have to squish it a
I have
bit.
to squish
yeah,
it?
there you go.
Okay, got you.
Okay. So this is a mascarpone. It's just the mascarpone cream. And then you've got whipped cream with some icing sugar and vanilla essence.
Oh, delicious. Look at that. All the skill in the world. You expect me to do that?
Yes.
Am I doing that on top of yours?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, you're so cute. Okay. That is perfect.
Is it
That
good?
Absolutely beautiful.
Good enough. Good enough.
Oh, then we're going to do a little drizzle of some.
Oh, I can just imagine how good this is going to be. I love like a lemon meringue, a lemon cheesecake, anything like that to offset the sweetness.
And we're just going to crush
Speaking
some.
about meringue.
Lemon meringue, and then we're going to just do one more layer just to give it some height and drama.
Drama. We
like
love
some
the drama.
Okay, we're going to go in the opposite direction.
Yes. Oh my gosh, this also looks really approachable. Like you could probably do this at home, right?
Yes, this is, and it's supposed to be a bit messy.
Yeah. Have you made it for your family yet?
Yes.
And
They love it.
10 out of 10.
Absolutely love it.
Okay, your
Okay,
turn,
then
my
we're going to
turn.
just do a little drizzle.
Does this also have to sit in the fridge?
Yes. So the mascarpone is okay if it's syrupy.
Yeah.
You can get a more thicker one depending on the fat content.
Okay.
But it's an eaten mess.
Oh, yeah. I remember you
situation.
making that one. Okay, cool.
And then we're going to just dollop.
Wow, I can even hear Graham's mouth watering from here.
And then on top of this amazing stack
there it
of yumminess,
is.
we're going to just put some delicious lemon flavored
popcorn.
caramel popcorn.
Also for texture, for crunch.
You've got to have that texture element. And then a little bit of lemon zest, sorry.
Love that. That's
And
been
then
the
some
theme
mint.
today. Some mint for decor.
Yeah, these green little pops just
beautiful.
Elevated. There we go.
10 out of 10. It's really the color for me. So this past summer was all about that butter yellow. How about we bring some yellow from lemons, lemon yellow to the forefront come this summer.
Here we go.
Look at that. Sash, you have outdone yourself today. Three different dishes. Arancini to the salmon pasta to the lemon tiramisu. Which one is your favorite?
Everything.
Everything. It's a starter, main, and dessert.
It
We
is.
can't actually stop at any point. So please make sure that you serve the woman in your life with all three of these dishes in particular. ExpressoShow.com is where you find all the recipes. And of course, vote for Sasha. 40 under 40 is what we're talking about. You can find that link in her bio. How do I taste this? I can't.
Oh, with a
Can
yummy
I?
spoon. Of course you
Okay.
can. Let me
See,
get
I don't have to wait. I can just eat it right now. And Graham's just lingering in the corner. Bring him on. Let him taste it as well.
Let me get you a spoon, Graham.
Thank you.
It's a little bit crunchy.
I actually haven't moved. I've just been standing here in the peripheral, in that 45-degree peripheral vision. I just went, oh my goodness, guys.
Right?
Is this what it
Is it
turned out
good?
like?
I haven't had yet.
Oh.
40 under 40, okay. Whoa,
There we
excuse
go.
me. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of everything in there.
Everything.
How old were you when you realized, well, you're a chef, that you can actually buy lemon curd and just eat it? Okay, come on.
Like years ago, Graham. About that,
The rest of us only found out now. Oh, that lemon. I can imagine when the lady fingers have absorbed the,
Oh my word.
It's good to do a little bit of a warm syrup. So then it kind of soaks a little bit more. This you'd obviously, before you decorate the top, you'd pop it in the fridge, let it set for a few.
Now, we were speaking to one of our beautiful cameraman, PD, about the danger of getting in this lane, because then you create a little too much of this. Now you need to make some more of that so you can add this to it. But now we've got so much syrup left over, we might as well
make more tiramisu.
dunk some more biscuits. I don't think we're ever going to eat tiramisu like that
That's right.
again.
Great, let's try.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Not
Wait, 1, 2, 3.
You wanted it too bad.
Let me show you guys how it's done.
Okay. We'll keep on practicing and see you straight after the break, because it might take
Tandy Swap Boy is going to perform, and she might even give us a little rhythm of our own after this. We'll see you now. Come on, you got to do this. Okay, we'll all go.
1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3.
It's hard.
Oh,
It's hard. I think
like
it's the lights. The lights are like that.
just go
The
home.
party's the
Go
popcorn,
home to
not
your
us.
house.
It's definitely nice.
We're going to practice this for the whole day.
Think it's just another day? Well, not anymore, because I could be pulling up to your door next. Spin and win up to 20,000 Rand, plus an extra 2,000 Rand if you have a World Sports Betting account, and another 2,000 Rand if you can hit a small dance challenge with me. To enter, all you have to do is head over to the competition post of Expresso's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages, and all you have to do is follow the prompts. And not signed up yet? Well, head to wsb.co.za, use the promo code THEBEAT50 to get a free 50 Rand sports bet. World Sports Betting, bet to the beat. I'll see you soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You beauties. We are loving having Tandy Swatboy here. Of course, she's going to be at the Artscape Arena. And again, at a steal, these tickets are, and they're going to go fast. So I hope you're going to jump on web tickets right now. But we've got the kudu horns out right now. So Tandy, I'm going to ask very humbly for a bit of a cultural lesson now in this piece, because it looks amazing to work with, but I would imagine quite difficult and nuanced. So please explain, what's the traditional name once we take the horn and turn it into the instrument?
Okay, this is a kudu horn. So we are going to do the kudu horn ensemble with my ladies of Women Unite. And then the name of the song that we are going to play on the kudu horn is called Rakanembe. Do you want to try?
Can I try? So what do I
you
need
just
to do?
blow.
Okay, so I must just
into
blow.
the thingy. Hold it here.
Okay, so I'm holding that. Do I hold it with the
And then you
thumb?
blow it.
Wow. Sure.
You just push like. Like.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
But now, you see, I can do the sound, but I don't have the power in my chest. Why is this such a powerful instrument to use? When we see you performing together, there is a crazy energy. Why is this so special?
Because when we do the performance, we all apply our minds, and then also it just comes automatically, especially through rehearsing all the time, and then we get used to blowing. Because you need to blow.
Your whole diaphragm gets involved
yeah.
here. And I do daily breathing exercises, and I felt like a novice. I felt
really
like a...
tiring. Sometimes, you get tired if you are not used to on blowing. It's like blowing the
Vuvuzela almost, and I felt underserved on a Vuvuzela as well. But this is absolutely amazing. Thank you for doing what you are doing with Women Unite. I love the fact that you have created this space. You are shining this morning, ladies. Thank you so much.
You're
for one
welcome.
last time on this very, very special commemoration of Women's Day here in South Africa, Thandi Swartboy and her incredible ensemble. Take it away.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mama. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolutely beautiful performance. The power, you could feel it in your lungs, in your heart. We have been a part of their rhythm today. Thandi Swartboy and her incredible Women Unite ensemble. They will be on at the Artscape the 14th and 15th of this month. Web tickets is where you'll find your tickets almost for free. They are so cheap, but please go and support and you will get your reward in spades.
I love that. Speaking about support, Sasha made 40 under 40 in case you missed it.
That's
and of
massive.
course, we want to rally behind our girl. Please vote for her. You can find her details on her bio. You can, of course, go ahead and vote for her as many times as possible. Rumor has it she's ahead when it comes to the leaderboard, so we hope that she will stay up there.
So what other than eating this flavored popcorn for the rest of the day, what's on the cards for you, girl?
I think I'm going to do a wine tasting with my family.
Okay.
Beautiful. It is a public holiday.
You're just going to throw it down like that, eh? Yeah, all right.
At 9 a.m.
It's called brunch.
Okay,
It's called brunch.
for a reason. And she has been up since like 3 o'clock preparing food for y'all this morning. No, actually for us. No, you're amazing to have this front row seat to watch your journey. But I just feel like we traumatize you every time we see you because we put in these high pressure live TV cooking reality show situations. But you are flourishing. So well done, man.
I feel like I'm at home on the show. Honestly, it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything
different.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, keep cooking for us then you might actually stick around. Who
She has
knows?
to be here every day.
We don't make the rules, man. Well, of course, we still have Thandi Swartboy, who's here. Let's get into our Women's Day celebration in the best way. Take it away, ladies.
Love you. Mwah.
Another feel-good production.